Logan Thomas.
Who? Former quarterback?
Yeah, used to be a quarterback.
Yeah,
Great story.
VTech, right?
Yeah. Some are saying he could be kind of the 49ers version of Kelsey in Kansas City.
That what you heard?
I may have heard myself say it, but that's what I'm hearing.
Did Kittle retire and I didn't know about it? Like, I mean, has he been replaced?
It's good to have depth at this level, Kyle.
I guess, man. You know, if your backup tight end is the difference between a Super Bowl and not, you guys are in trouble.
I saw Jason Witten myself.
Yeah. So many weapons.
So many weapons, but yet one of your biggest ones is not at camp right now. Sound like we got a contract dispute going on down there in San Francisco.
That's fine. Yeah, I think
he's taking a few more days off.
Yeah, that's all. He's entitled to it. He works hard.
Oh, is that what it is? Yeah. Just some extended vacation. It's like paternity leave. You know, I'll go ahead, take a few more days. We'll be okay.
I don't know about you guys, but to be honest, I try to get excited about the start of OTAs. It's kind of we're getting closer to the season. But it's freaking June. We're not even to the NBA Finals yet. And it just seems like the NFL season is still so far away.
Oh, it is. I mean, it's like, 3 months away, at least June, July, August, September. Yeah, 3 months away from actual real games. And, and like I said, Niners Nation, bang, bang, Niner gang, they're ready to get crowned already. But I've learned just to keep my mouth shut, keep quiet. Don't talk about the NFL until the games are being played. And even if the Niners, or your team goes 10-1, keep your mouth shut until it's all said and done.
Well, CMC resetting the running back market, 2-year extension, averaging $19 million per year. And you know what? Still a bargain. He'll receive an additional $8 million over what he was scheduled to make in 2024 and 2025, while adding $24 million in guarantees. Sweet deal for everybody all the way around.
Oh, exactly. And, John Lynch and him, right move. He's the best player on the team, especially offensively, skill-wise. Pay the man, and
just don't drop the bag of money like you dropped the football in the Super Bowl. I'm sorry.
Look at
I shouldn't have said that.
You should. You still hurt. I see you still a little hurt about that.
Anybody else would go, of course he fumbled, but Christian McCaffrey in the Super Bowl.
But got a little tight. That's all that was, Whitey. Got a little tight in the pants.
Can't say no. I don't know. I can't say no.
You can't argue with that. But no, I think it's a good deal for both sides. Get them locked up now. There's some wiggle room in that contract as well. As he 28 years old about to be or something like that. So I would imagine this is probably his last big extension. And so I think it's a team friendly deal. They cleared some cap space somehow. So I don't understand the NFL cap. I don't know about you, how, you can sign a guy to extension, but yet you save 7.5 or 8 million. It's like, I don't get it. I'm not a capologist.
You look at the numbers wherever you look at them and like, wow, they're right up against the cap or they're over. And then they release some backup kick returner or something. They've created $25 million worth of cap room. It's like, that's great, but I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't get it. But, it's, they had to lock him up. Like, and he deserved it. He should be paid. Like I said, best offensive skill player. But now if I'm Brandon Aiyuk, like, man, they handing out money to everybody. What about my paper? When am I going to get paid? Aiyuk not at OTAs, mandatory OTAs, I might add. Not worried about that? No concern? Anything like that?
It's fine.
Because we've been down that road before, right?
Yeah.
The question is, how much should he get paid? Talking about Aiyuk. 35 for Jefferson. What, 30 for Amon-Ra St. Brown? Like 30 for him?
I thought he was 28.
Is he 28?
Yeah, anything in that area. 28 to 30 for Aiyuk. It's like, you got to pay him. And don't you think that the way it sets up, most likely Debo will be the one to go?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
right.
Unless Pearsall is like, Emil saw Pearsall today and said, "Oh, he's quick. We can confirm
I have
that."
To get Emil on the phone, man. This is my problem, and I'm not trying to be a hater. I'm not trying to be a hater or that guy or a
you don't
Philly
have to
guy.
try. It comes naturally.
But I'm looking at some of these tweets from OTAs, our boy Emil and everything. Like, it's all sunshine and rainbows. I've never seen a 49ers reporter tweet, man, this dude didn't look good at practice today. Oh, this guy had 5 drops. Oh, Brock Purdy threw 3 interceptions. Everything is always painted with sunshine and rainbows, the red brush. It's like, give me some truth out there.
Right.
I want some truth serum from the people covering the team.
Especially OTAs. I remember years ago, we were down in San Diego and the Chargers were still there.
Yeah.
And it was August, so they're wrapping up the preseason. And they had this quarterback that threw 4 touchdown passes to win their preseason finale, something like that. And in San Diego, they're going crazy over this guy.
Yeah.
It was Ryan Leaf because it was the preseason,
right?
When teams don't even
everybody
play
looks
defense.
good, right?
Yeah, and then what was it? 3 years ago, and this was just camp. Preseason hadn't even started yet, and I mean, Matt Mayoko, even lots of Bay Area football observers were going crazy over Trey Lance's workout. They were going, "This guy is the real thing."
Yep.
In a camp workout. So this is OTA. So don't give me anything about this guy. We can confirm this and that. It's like, nope, you can't.
You can't. I don't want to, until I see some live game action.
Right.
All this stuff is just window dressing. It's all just, chum in the water for fans. And it's really glorious. It's like an NBA player. Oh, man. He hit 60 straight threes there's no defense out there. Of course you're going to look good.
Yeah.
And so
Zach LaVine at the combine
right.
made 18 shots.
Right.
No one guarding him.
and that's not during the heat of competition. But, it's interesting when you look at the Niners, man, they are set. They're paying some of their guys. Aiyuk will get done, right? A new deal.
Yeah, that's the way they typically operate.
Yeah,
we'll see.
It may not be now, but at some point, we saw with Bosa, a deal will get done. And it's crazy. Like, you got to give John Lynch and Shanahan some credit about how they're manipulating the cap.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they got stars at every position, it seems like. But yet they still have, I think, a top 5 cap space available in the league. My Eagles, I think, are 10th right now when it comes to cap space. I don't know how that happens,
I don't either.
You got stars at every position.
There's got to be a price to pay at some point, especially once they start having to pay Purdy.
Once that quarterback contract gets in, and when you look at Brock Purdy, and we talked about this during the season, he should, if it was the NBA or if it was, even NFL, his deal should be restructured. Let me ask you this. How come Purdy isn't saying, you know what? I want my deal restructured. Can he do that on a rookie deal or no? Because I'm looking at Tyreek Hill just signed a deal last year or whatever, and now he's like, I want to restructure again. And it's like, Brock Purdy's the most underpaid player in the NFL. Can he not try and get it restructured?
You can always try. Obviously, the team has all the leverage where they just don't have. What are you going to do? You can't play. You're right. I understand your point.
I mean,
there are other guys that might. Someday somebody probably will try that. Right?
Yeah.
But for now, it's all right. I know you're going to take care of me. Also, I want to win. So this salary structure helps our team win now. But at some point, someone's going to say, like Lamar Jackson, a different situation. I know, but last year he decided to blow up some of the way
exactly
the structure of some of these quarterback numbers.
Yeah, and Brock is playing the great teammate, the good employee role. But man, and you say the Niners have the leverage. Really, do they? I mean, I know they do because it's the NFL and usually team. But if Brock dare try to hold out or something like that, the Niners would be up. You know what? Like, they don't have no option, no plan B behind him. And I'm telling you, other teams out there would be interested in a guy like Brock Purdy. And so it's just this whole cap situation, contracts, I think it's fascinating with the NFL.
That's the beauty of the tight end they signed today. As Jay pointed out, Logan Thomas used to be a quarterback.
Oh,
You're
okay.
covered.
All right.
You got an emergency quarterback now if you ever need one.
Emergency. Or you can open up the playbook even more now, and have this guy, Logan Thomas. Dude, he's 32 years old, man. Don't be leading that show with a 32-year-old tight end. Woo. What are we doing,
How many catches last year?
How many catches?
Touches?
It doesn't even matter. He's 32 years old. 55 catches, 496 yards.
4 touches on Washington. You prorate that to what a real offense would produce.
Woo! I tell you, man, we might as well book the parade right now, man. We got Logan Thomas. Whee!
Yeah. Speaking of cap space, a year ago, we were all talking about the fact that the Kings had so much cap space. Remember?
Yeah,
a year ago.
I remember that. Yep.
What happened to that? We're right back with that. Drive Guys rolling on Sactown Sports.
This segment is brought to you by Kia of Vacaville. Check them out at kiavacaville.com.
If you're in the market for a new or used car right now, or if you just want to go see like what new technology's in the new cars nowadays, stop by and see my friends at Elk Grove Kia and the Elk Grove Auto Mall before you go anywhere else. As soon as you step onto the lot, you're going to feel like family. You're going to know why they have so many 5-star reviews at Elk Grove Kia and why they're the #1 Sacramento Kia dealer. Like, I love this 5-star review right here. Quote, I could not be happier. My husband surprised me with my new Telluride. I love it. The staff is friendly, kind, and conscious. Took their time to find the perfect car. Thank you guys for the hard work. Great job. I love my new Telly. There you go. That's just another satisfied customer at Elk Grove Kia. So in addition to all the 5-star reviews, the finance team at Elk Grove Kia has over 100 years combined experience. You know what that means? Financing for everyone. And we know going to the car dealership can be overwhelming, but come experience Elk Grove Kia. They go above and beyond to make sure this is an automotive adventure for you. Check out what's on special and what's on the lot today at elkgrovekia.com, or better yet, come see everything in person at Elk Grove Kia in the Elk Grove Auto Mall.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Before we get to the Kings and their cap situation, where all the cap space went, I wanted to see what you guys thought of this. I just saw something on the ESPN monitor here. Big story today. There was a time when I think this would have been a bigger story. Tucupita Marcano, lifetime ban for betting on baseball. Yeah, he was with the Padres, but when he was with the Pirates, it was determined that he placed hundreds of bets on baseball, including wagers on games involving his team, so he's banned. Baseball also announced Michael Kelly, an ace pitcher, ineligible for 1 year for betting on baseball while in the minors. Jay Groom, Jose Rodriguez, Andrew Salfrank of Arizona banned 1 year for betting on major league games. Okay, well, yeah, if they bet on baseball, the rules are pretty clear. They should be punished. Then I just happened to see up here, baseball clears Ohtani of all wrongdoing. Let's move on. Now, I have no reason to think Ohtani did something, but it's just curious to me that all the guys that are getting popped for betting, no one's ever heard of. You know what I mean? It reminds me of the Mitchell report.
Yeah.
Where some of the guys that were getting pops, like, I don't really know who that is.
Yeah.
And then the only two guys that anyone knew of that got popped were Roger Clemens and Barry Bonds, who were pretty much already done.
Through
and
it.
no one liked them. So, like, they'll be the sacrificial lambs.
Sort of like the Colts players who got popped for betting. You know, it wasn't no big names, no stars or any. And MLB, they know their cash cow is Shohei Ohtani. They're not going to clip him. Let me ask you this, though. Do you think the public cares if players bet on games?
I think there was a time when they used to.
Right.
Now it seems like, but I'll bet you a bigger name.
A bigger name.
What's the...
Yeah. So I could be way off here, and it's not fair to suggest Ohtani did this or that. But as I read this, I thought, I wonder if this is like a warning shot to somebody like, we don't want to catch you, okay?
Right.
See what could happen. Don't let us catch you. You know what I mean, Jay? You understand where I'm going?
Yeah, it's interesting. My father-in-law texted me last night the same thing you did, and he was like, how is it Shohei just kind of got walked off very clearly?
Yeah.
If there wasn't, and we don't know. Allegedly, things happen. I know, his ex-handler is facing, it looks like almost 44 charges or something like that.
Yeah,
He's
but did you see, I think one of Shohei's teammates with the Angels actually got caught
in there. Right,
yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
And it's just very interesting, and it kind of goes back to what we talked about last week, where the league, they know what's going on. They understand it. I just truly believe they're never going to, slap a Shohei Ohtani
right
without damning evidence that we know is going to be leaked out.
Yeah. It actually does them more harm than good.
Yes.
If they had evidence right there, Commissioner Manfred, here's the betting slips from Ohtani. Well, don't show that to me.
Exactly, right?
Put that under somebody else's folder.
He like Sergeant Schultz. I know nothing.
Yeah,
nothing,
there you go. Clink, you idiot. And I'm not suggesting Ohtani had anything to do with that. It just strikes me as odd. Like, who are these guys? I don't know. It reminds me of the old Mitchell report.
Yeah.
But you're right. Also, I thought when I read this, there was a time when people would be going nuts over this. Kind of like some of the steroid stuff.
Steroid
right?
and PEDs, right?
Steroid stuff used to be, now it's like,
That's what I'm saying.
What was the score of the game? Who won?
If somebody famous came out, it's like, well, I was talking to somebody, this is a month or two ago, and they're like, you know what? I don't even care if guys are on the juice. I just care if it's entertaining or not. And, you remember 20 years ago, Lance Armstrong, oh my God, it was like, the craziest thing. Can I stop the show for a second?
Please.
Because I'm having a major issue right now.
Uh-oh. I noticed you're shaking a little bit.
My headphones aren't working that well.
The new ones?
Yeah.
The new baby blues?
Yeah.
What's the problem?
It just sounds fuzzy. I think it's the connection here. Like it's just staticky and everything. It's driving me crazy. I'm going to move over here. Hold on for a sec. All right, now let's talk.
Yeah, but you got the short cord.
Keep
Hello.
talking.
Yeah, can you hear us okay?
Yeah, still a little staticky. Dude, I paid good money for these headphones.
Probably the cord.
I need the backup to the backup. And Whitey's reaching.
No, I know I had an adapter for you last week.
Oh,
I
yeah.
might have a different one.
Oh, yeah, if you got
that's
an
the same
adapter
one.
or something like that.
Yeah, I know I tried that one with you last week. That didn't do much.
I tell you what, man, your boy may have to
That's
take these back.
unfortunate.
Hold on for a sec.
You just got them.
Here we go.
All that jazz about the baby blues working.
Yeah.
Nah, that's not it. Dude, this is
It's probably a cord, man.
this is frustrating.
Yeah, I noticed you were kind of.
Yeah, I'm messing with it. I'm trying to, jury rig it, jiggle it a little bit. And man, I tell you what, it sounds like I'm on up there at the moon right now listening to you guys. You're like,
Well, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate.
well, we'll get it fixed for the next segment, I'm sure.
I think we got a backup pair in there somewhere.
Dude.
I think they're Christopher Lodds or somebody.
They look nice. They came with the carrying case. I spent several $100 on these things.
No way.
Yes.
Maybe it's just simply an adapter, a plug issue where,
And then I put them in there and it's still, I don't know, man. This is frustrating. I may have to, look at what brand you got there. Yours look industrial.
Sennheiser.
Is that the top brand? Is that a good brand?
It's just a brand I don't think it's a top brand, but it's a good brand.
So I shouldn't go to Best Buy or anything like that for that. That's
I got these at Skip's Music, but
I got to go to a music store, Guitar Center or something like that.
There you go. So good luck.
So
work it out. Whoa, Jay will work it out.
Yeah, Jay set me up. Set me up. But just so you know, your boy is.
I could tell. Yeah,
I'm struggling over here. So the Drapes takes might not be as hot, this segment. All right,
he's got a bunch of adapters for you.
Let me see.
Yeah.
All right, let me see, Jay.
Yeah, we're adjusting.
Fisher
Kyle
Price,
Draper's.
my first cord over here. You know what I mean? Let me see.
Yeah, Mr. Microphone headset here.
Yeah. Nah, I won't.
Last year, about this time, a lot of people, it was written about, a lot of NBA people were talking about it, writing about it, and we were talking about it, how the Kings were going into the offseason last summer with all this cap space. And I could find you the stories. Kings are set up well for the offseason with all the cap space.
Yep.
A year ago. So, any better?
No.
Yeah. Oh.
No. So I'm just rocking with it right now, big fella.
I got you. Just being professional.
Yeah.
So what happened to all the cap space that they had a year ago? They used it on Domas, right? They used it on Domas.
Extended him.
What reminded me of it was you were just talking about Purdy, who's apparently he would probably be willing to take less money to help the team. Domas took less money than he could have to help the team. But the big free agent signing last year for the Kings was renegotiating with Domas so that he wouldn't be a free agent this year. Then also they signed Barnes last year. And then in addition to that, they signed Sasha. So that's where the cap space went, right? A year ago.
Yes. And I remember at the time, there were some who thought it was a bad deal because basically you extended them when you didn't need to.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't have to, but the team was worried about, him getting to the free agent market. They wanted to lock him up beforehand. But, we talked about NFL salary cap. NBA salary cap is crazy too. I mean, when you look at it, Fox at 35, Domas at 41.8 going into this upcoming season. Then your next guy is 18 million. But then you go and look at a team like the Boston Celtics, and I keep bringing them up because they're paying guys out the wazoo. Next year you got 4 guys making 30 million or more For the Kings, we only got 2 guys, but yet we're capped out. It's
Mhm.
because they're going over that second apron and they're paying luxury tax out the wazoo.
Yeah. And again, I'm not coming after the Kings. I'm not criticizing them, although those moves didn't work. But my point isn't that. My point is that where did the cap space go? Because people now are wondering. We had people texting yesterday. How come the Kings are up against the cap? They had a bunch of cap space. Well, that's where it went because they gave Domas a renegotiation and extension for a total of $217 over 5, including $195 million in new money. And then you also had the deal for Harrison Barnes, which was 3 years, $53 million. And then Sasha got 3 years, $20 million. And then that's like, there's a cap space. And unfortunately, well, I mean, the Domas money worked out, you'd have to say.
Yeah. We're not hating on that. You know. And they got 4 guys in 10 million or more. And what's interesting, in a couple of years, few years, you're going to have Keegan Murray, and you're going to have to, I would imagine, give him the, rookie max or whatever it is that they can offer.
Which you can do, you can go over
the
cap, right?
Yeah.
Because he's your own.
Yeah, that shouldn't be much of an issue. It's just weird how that works out, though. It's, if you're Sacramento, and when it comes to the cap, the way to exceed it is to get guys bird rights. And right now, we just don't. We got HB, Kevin Huerter, but, Keegan Murray, obviously. But outside of that, we don't have guys that we're looking to extend. Like, I mentioned the Celtics extended Drew Holiday, 4 years, $130 million. Well, somehow they were able to do that because of the bird rights situation. And so it's a weird way of, trying to dissect the payroll and the salary cap with each other.
By the way, speaking of Drew Holiday, I saw this today. Maybe you saw this. The Celtics are favored, pretty heavy favorite. The odds makers are making them a favorite, but a ton of the money, the actual bets are coming down on Dallas.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's moving it a little bit.
I would think so. Yeah. What are you people looking at? I know you guys are both Dallas. My neighbor Skip came over yesterday. He grew this beautiful zucchini that he brings over. It's like amazing. Skip, he goes, yeah. Well, I like Luke. I like the Mavs. Come on, Skip. What's going on?
I think they're just going with, including me, we're going with, what we've seen lately. Dallas seems to be the hot team right now. And even though the Celtics only lost 2 games, they haven't looked good. They haven't looked great. But when you look at the matchup, it's hard not to pick the Celtics. I mean, but I think, the way the Mavs have been playing, they got the star power in Luka and Kyrie. I just think a lot of people are going with that. And to me, the key is going to be the bigs. It's not going to be Luka and Kyrie, and because I think they'll do their thing. It's going to be the Liveleys, the Gaffords, the Porzingis, the Al Horford. I think that's where the series is going to be won.
You said, going way back to the beginning of last season, you said the one thing that concerned you about Boston was the depth in the front court, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that still, do you think they've addressed that enough?
No, not at all. Not at all. I mean, they only have 2 legit big guys, Al Horford and Porzingis. Luke Cornett, he was banged up last series.
Tillman.
Our boy Xavier Tillman, but he doesn't get, they don't strike fear, and so if you get, I think the Celtics bench is still their weakest link when you look at it. Peyton Pritchard's up and down. Sam Hauser couldn't hit the side of the barn last series. And so
I don't like Peyton Pritchard.
I'm not a Peyton Pritchard guy. I don't know. My son loves Peyton Pritchard. I'm like, dude, no. Peyton Pritchard, the Oregon cat. I know he can shoot. He can shoot, but I'm talking about on the biggest of stages, Whitey. I'm not talking about December in Charlotte. I'm talking about when you got to go toe-to-toe with Kyrie Irving looking at you eye to eye and your butt's a little bit tight. Can you hit the shot?
Mm-hmm. What was it, February in Sacramento, whenever they were here?
Oh,
he put on a show.
Why can't we get guys like that, right?
If it's true that every free agent, every veteran guard wants to play at this place, is that where Malik is headed? That's next on Sactown Sports.
At Ashton & Price, over the last 25 years, we've won just about every injury case you can think of. Slip and fall, falling merchandise, fell through rotted decking, we won those. Dangerous stairs, falls into holes, dog bites, won them. Injured while pedestrian or on a bicycle, auto, motorcycle, big rig, company vehicle, Uber, or Lyft accident, we've won them all. And the best news is there's no fee until you win. So no matter how you got injured,
remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
The Golf to Go radio show goes to William Land Golf Course to celebrate its 100th birthday. Join Frank LaRosa and me, Scott Marsh, for a live broadcast Thursday, June 6th from 6 to 7 for all the fun. We'll have great guests, a putting contest, prizes including free golf, free apparel, and much, much more. So make sure to join us Thursday, June 6th from 6 to 7 at William Land Golf Course. We'll see you there.
Ooh, ma. What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud phone system. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very
calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
The news on vapes talks a lot about the technology and teen use, but parents need to know more about the dangers of nicotine. So know this. 1. Nicotine is a poison that can rewire teens' brains. 2. It can increase mood swings. 3. It can limit attention and learning. So even when it comes in new tech, nicotine is brain poison. Go to undo.org for more.
Father's Day at Hagen Oaks is sure to bring a smile to the man in your life. From shoes to shirts, from golf balls to golf bags, and from drivers to divot repair tools, Hagen Oaks has all this and so much more, including gift certificates for the father who has it all. Let Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop be your one-stop for all your Father's Day needs. You'll even find the wildly popular Golf and Guitars concert tickets on sale. It's the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, Fulton Avenue at Cap City Freeway, or HagenOaks.com.
Keep your family cool and comfortable this summer with Bell Brothers' best summer ever financing event. When you replace your AC system, we're offering 0 payments, 0 interest for 6 months on approved credit, then low fixed rate thereafter. That's right, 0 payments, 0 interest for 6 months on any new AC system. It's an incredible offer on an incredible new AC system, but only for a limited time. This offer is also available on any plumbing, water heater, or insulation projects over $1,000. So call Bell Brothers now. Your family will thank you because they'll be cool and comfortable. But you have to hurry. Our offer for 0 payment, 0 interest for 6 months, then low fixed rate thereafter ends soon. Estimates and second opinions are free. So call now to keep your family cool and comfortable during Bell Brothers' best summer ever event. Our number is 916-444-1234 or find us online at theNoSurpriseGuys.com. That's theNoSurpriseGuys.com.
The No Surprise Guys, Bell Brothers.
At the Good Feet store, we take pain very seriously. Whether in the foot, knee, hip, or back, Good Feet makes over 300 styles, flexibilities, and sizes of pain-relieving arch supports. With 26 bones, 30 joints, and over 100 muscles, tendons, and ligaments in each foot, a lot can go painfully wrong. So there's a trained arch support specialist at each Good Feet store to give you a precision fit. Come in for a free fitting and test walk. No appointment necessary. Good Feet arch supports are HSA, FSA eligible.
The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
Sacramento, Dirk Bentley is coming to town.
Hey y'all, this is Dirk Bentley.
Saturday, September 28th at Heart Health Park at Cal Expo for Country in the Park 2. And he's bringing some friends.
This is Farmerly. Take my hand, let me make you mine.
Hey, it's Dasha. Kelsey Hart and more. Saturday, September 28th at Heart Health Park at Cal Expo. Get your tickets before they sell out at CITPfest.com. Brought to you by Coors Light.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Between the three of us, we're such technical marvels. I think we may have solved
Yes, the
problem.
Headphone. Yes,
right.
Your boy is good.
Nice.
My pipes sound good. I'm ready to go.
So you don't have to worry about taking them back.
Yeah, I was
new ones.
I was about to be upset, man.
Nice.
Because I actually thought about these headphones. Usually headphones $50, $80. I was like, you know what, Drapes, you're a radio professional now. You need some nice headphones. Get the nice ones. Spend a couple of $100.
Are Beats still a thing?
They are.
Okay.
They are.
I remember years ago, I was doing some radio stuff with Ryan Hollins when he was here.
Oh, yeah.
and he was saying, "Yeah, you don't need Beats. You get that for like your nephew or something. They'll go nuts over him, but you don't need Beats." I never.
I thought about Beats.
Did you?
And I actually sampled them all.
Yeah.
Beats,
good job.
Bose, Sony, you name it. And I was like, these feel good. The audio quality is good. It's kind of booming. You know, my son tried on. He's like, "Dad, that's like noise canceling." Yeah, and I'm like, "Yeah, it's pretty sweet." You know, so
Beats are overrated, man.
Totally,
they
overrated.
truly are.
Right?
They're like, and this is tough to say because Jordans aren't overrated, but they are the.
It's just the brand.
It
right?
is. It's the name.
Just to
It's the
slap a
stature.
name on it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like, oh, you got Beats. Oh, okay, cool. There's definitely headphone brands way better than Beats.
Yeah, I did. Last time I needed headphones, I went to Best Buy, and I got, because I was like, these shouldn't cost that much. And I got a pair that's like, that's fairly affordable. And they look solid. And I brought them in and they were terrible.
Really?
Yeah.
Which were they?
So
Beats?
that was on me.
Or no?
No.
Oh.
It was a decent brand. It just was a lower end.
Ah.
Yeah. And I was like, oh.
So let me
So then
ask
I
you
went to
guys.
Sennheiser.
The other part
Yeah.
too is, Drapes, do you have to charge yours? The headphones you got on right now?
Not for radio, but like if I wanted to use the Bluetooth option, but regular, you know, I got the cord. You don't have to charge.
Gotcha. See, that's the other problem with Beats is you have to charge them now.
Really?
Like the high end ones, you have to charge them. So if you forget to charge them, guess what happens? You come in here, and we got a lot. You know, we all have things going on. You forget to put them on the charger. You come in here, now your headphones is dead.
Wow.
Now you know they're a waste.
All right. So you guys are radio professionals. You guys are industry legends, if you will. For a novice like me, how much should I be spending on headphones to do this job?
These I got I think I got them for in the neighborhood of 80.
What?
Yeah.
Jay?
Man,
Jay's like, I got a deal. I don't know.
My style is go for what you like, brother. If it costs you $500 and you're gonna use them outside of here while you're jogging at the studio, you know, or if you're going to the gym, please buy, because I'm a music guy, so I like my music to sound good, crisp, have some thump in the back, the trunk rattle. You know, I want to hear
it costs money.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're gonna have to pay a couple $100 for sure.
Okay, all right. Just making sure, man, because that's what I thought. I'm like, I use these every day.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't want to get.
So yours were more than 80.
Oh yeah,
them bowls is clapping.
I didn't want to get the skull candies. You know what I mean? That they got at $29.99 at TJ Maxx and Marshalls and all that. I said, let me, get some nice ones. But yeah, man,
Skull Candy got some good top of the line joints.
Do they?
Yeah, like the Evos and stuff. They got some, couple $100, $200-$300 joints.
The problem is that the headphones are good. It's the cord that they skimped on. I feel like that's the problem right there. The headphones are fine. It's the cord is, kind of chintzy here,
It's the Apple. It's the iPhone is cool, but the charger always breaks.
Always.
The box is terrible. The wires are always bending and breaking.
True.
It's like, dude, it's like cars. The cars are always cool, but they make cars to break down so you can come back and get the maintenance
chargers
fees,
in
right?
2 pieces, so sometimes it takes. Well, it works here.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not that.
It's not
it's
that.
The plug.
Yeah.
It's not the cord.
That's the biggest racket in the game right there. iPhone, the chargers, Apple chargers. Man.
Jay's right. So, it's like refrigerators, water heaters.
Right.
It's like, garage doors. I don't know. Yeah.
But the thing is, everything else uses regular USB.
Right.
You know what I mean? But Apple, you got to have a certain brick. But you can't use their brick with anything else. You got to add an old school brick to go with it. It's frustrating, man.
Breaking news.
What you got?
Well, you shared this with me. According to Shams, the Lakers are zeroing in on JJ Redick as the front runner for the franchise's next head coach, league and industry sources say. So let's back that up. That's hardly breaking news because it says the Lakers are zeroing in, so they're getting close to making Redick the front runner.
Yeah,
they're going to hire him.
But I will say, the way Shams words things, this leads me to believe the deal is about to go down.
Yeah,
because he's, if you look at some of his tweets historically, like during the draft, he'll say something like, "The Kings are zeroing in on Keegan Murray with the number 4 pick."
Mm-hmm.
That's his way of tipping it off without, saying.
And also leaving himself some wiggle room in case it doesn't happen.
In case it doesn't happen. They're zeroing in on JJ as the front runner for franchise's next head coach. And we talked about this with Mike Brown, Whitey. they need to get this done, talking about the Lakers. And I know they operate differently, but you got the draft coming up. You got free agency. You got all these things. And you would think the coach would have some sort of say or opinion or something like that. And so I got to imagine they got to get this done quickly.
Maybe coaching is not as hard as I would assume it would be at that level, because I would think if you're a team that's serious about wanting to win, the last thing you'd want to do is hire a coach who's never been a head coach before. I know you can get really experienced assistants, and I know you have LeBron there. I get all that, but really, I mean, because a guy's going to go through some growing pains.
You know what this sounds like, though? It sounds like Rob Pelinka, Jeannie Buss, whoever's involved, is being too smart for their own good.
I agree.
They're trying to, think outside the box, come up with the next great thing and everything like that. And who knows? It may work, but you know what this reminds me of? There's a Hall of Famer, 2-time MVP, one of the best point guards in the history of the game, who flamed out, Steve Nash. Remember Brooklyn hired Steve Nash? And at least Steve Nash, did a little bit, consulting and things like that. But that didn't work, And remember Kyrie and KD, we really don't need a coach.
That's when I knew it's like, that's not going to work.
That's not going to work. And so to me, and JJ Redick may be a brilliant mind. It may work. I have no idea. But you're talking about the Lakers, LeBron James, championship hopes. And you're hanging it on a guy that's never coached before.
Yeah,
it just doesn't make sense. It's like, I'm a king of analogies, Whitey. It's like trusting your 14, 15-year-old son who's never driven to drive your Mercedes-Benz EQS SUV.
You must be having anxiety.
I know, right?
The Mercedes, man.
But seriously, your nice car, and you turn it over to a guy that don't even have a license yet. And I told this story the other day, and it might have been with you guys. No, it was with JaVale McGee. How my son was like, Dad, when get my license, I'm gonna drive the Tesla. I'm like, no, I would not entrust you, because he's gonna have some bumps, some bruises. Right. He's not gonna take care of it. He's gonna be eating Cheetos in the car and everything, get it all messed up. No, son, you're getting a bucket, big fella. My hoopty, like Sir Mix-a-Lot. Come on, man.
So there's only two reasons why they would do it. One, like you say, maybe they're a little delusional, get carried away with themselves and how visionary they are. Or two, it's what LeBron wants. And if it's what LeBron wants, then you're going to find a way to make it work, right?
Yeah, but yes. Windhorst says LeBron's not involved. But all of a sudden, one day the dude's doing a podcast. The next day, their coach, he's your coach.
Yeah.
It reeks. I think whoever they bring in, LeBron has to sign off on it. And I think he's in Pelinka's ear. He's in Jeannie Buss' ear. And, like we said, JJ may be fantastic.
Yeah.
But who knows? But it's unprecedented.
How many years does LeBron have left where he could legitimately say, I could win a championship? What's your best guess? Two. Okay.
Two.
I would say about that.
Yeah.
So why, if you're LeBron, would you want a coach who's never been the coach before? I don't understand, unless you feel like, coach just got to do what I say anyway.
Yeah.
I'm the coach.
Right. That's the thing with
I'm
LeBron. It's like, and I forget who said it. I saw it somewhere, one of his former teammates, or it might have been a guy like Chandler Parsons. LeBron and Rondo had this too. They feel like they know more than the coach, smarter than the coach. And they tremendous basketball IQ, no doubt about it. But at some point, when you're in that foxhole, you got to be able to look at the coach and believe in him. And if you don't, your teammates pick up on that.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what happened with Darvin Ham. Him and AD and LeBron, like, I don't know if they ever really believed in him, looked at him and said, you know what, we're going to follow this guy.
Yeah. We talk a lot about culture, this vague term, but that's one of the things that will undermine culture, and you don't have it if you have, for example, there's a leader and the people that are going for the leader look at him and go, no, he ain't it. You don't have no culture if that's going on.
Exactly. We saw it in Milwaukee with Adrian Griffin. We mentioned Steve Nash. If your best players aren't believing in you, it's not going to go far. And I think that's what happened with Darvin Ham.
Yeah. It's funny, as you were saying about Rondo, I remember reading a story. Doc Rivers told a story that you might have been there when he told it. Sure. I don't know. He said, Rondo will ask you questions about how something's done. And he knows the
He
answer.
already know the answer.
He just wants to see if you know.
Yes. He's that type of guy. And, we know what happened between him and Rick Carlisle down there in Dallas. And,
Yeah.
Rick Carlisle ain't taking no mess. Like, you don't want to hear that. And those two bumped heads.
Mm-hmm. When we come back, we'll tell you about the team that, somebody says everybody wants to go there. All the free agents want to go there. So does that mean that's where Malik is headed? Next, Drive Guys, Sactown Sports.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out SactownSports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, the Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on SactownSports.com.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity Mobile. Connect to the most reliable 5G network nationwide. Well, one of the quirky things about the A's record so far is the way the A's have played a third of the way into the season against the National League. Yes, they haven't played the Phillies or the Dodgers or the Giants, but still, the A's are 10-5 against the senior circuit, minus 16 against the American League. And speaking of the Dodgers, they come to the Coliseum the first weekend in August.
Want more speed? Well, Xfinity just increased their internet speeds, and they're faster than ever. It's time to get more out of your internet with faster speeds from Xfinity. Now through June 21st, get 150 megabit Xfinity internet for only $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. That's double the speed for the same great price. Click, call, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and auto-pay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment, taxes, and other charges extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Actual speeds vary.
Everyone loves to be outside, and so do mosquitoes. Protect yourself against mosquitoes and West Nile virus by following these simple tips. At least once a week, look around your yard and drain stagnant water from any containers where mosquitoes can breed. Remember to use an effective mosquito repellent, especially at dawn and dusk when mosquitoes are most active. Close all doors and be sure screens are in good working condition. At the Mosquito and Vector Control District, we're here to help. Visit us at fightabite.net.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BC. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Capital Casino has been serving the greater Sacramento area in the same convenient downtown location for over 20 years, with plenty of close-by, well-lit parking monitored by security staff and offering the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Best food, best service, and the best action. That's Capital Casino. For more information on tournaments and gaming, check out their website at capital-casino.com. And please remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system? You were a bit surprised at how much it cost, or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
My hoop be rolling, tailpipe dragging, heat don't work, and my girl keeps nagging. 6'9" Buick, Goose keeps rolling.
The Drive Guys, live and local, every afternoon, Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
So how close is your son to being, is he already driving a little bit?
No, he still has, what do you got to be, 15 and a half or something like that? Yeah, so he's still got about 7-8 months to go.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he turns 15 in July. Yeah, he's already talking about it, though.
Got his first ride picked out?
Nah, dude. Let me ask you this, though, real quick. I know we got sports to talk, but is it a thing in California where, and maybe it's just out where I live in Folsom, I don't know.
Might be.
If it, Jay, you tell me, man. As soon as a kid is able to drive, they get a card so they can go to school and stuff like that. Like,
man, it must be nice to sit on the golf course. That's all I'm gonna say, man.
It's just that's not happening in my neighborhood, in my
Vista
house.
Del Lago situation.
Yeah, that's not happening in my house. So let me tell you real quick.
When did you get your first car? How old were you?
Oh, you ain't heard about this?
No.
You told the story.
Oh yeah,
your brother.
Yeah, my brother. I got two. I told this story. You had to be here. Maybe. All right.
The cherry red
Jeep Cherokee.
Oh yeah.
I dropped my brother off at the airport.
Yeah.
Driving back home in Philly. Get a half a block away from my grandmother's house, and it breaks down. You know the worst car story though? My dad, man, love him to death. But he's like, Kyle, if you get a scholarship to college, I'll buy you a new car.
Ooh.
And so I'm like, oh man, your boy got to work hard, you know? And so I'm in what's the Auto Trader magazine car and driver. I'm looking up everything. And back then Volvos were big. Like I wanted a blue Volvo. And I'm like, man, this right here, this blue Volvo. Your boy got a scholarship, full academic scholarship. I'm like, Dad, got the scholarship, got the car. He's like, I didn't mean a new car. I just meant a new car to you. Yeah, like so I think my first real car was $1,200 from one of the local lots.
Huh.
Yeah. I was disappointed.
You earned it.
Dude, I had the colors picked out of the Volvo. I knew what song I was going to play the first time I hopped in it. You remember that, Jay? When you got a car, you already knew the first song you were going to play. And so
what kind of car was it?
Little Ford Escort, something.
A Nissan Sentra.
Okay.
Nissan Sentra.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Very dependable.
No, not at all. I drove it from Philly to Minnesota because I transferred schools. I went to Minnesota. And it broke down a half hour before my final destination.
Hey.
So, yeah, man, your boys had some trouble with cars.
Mm-hmm.
Not anymore, though, fellas. Not anymore. Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. Short drive right down 5-5. See, that's a bonus read I just gave him right there.
Right.
Bonus. Threw in an extra. All right, what do you got?
I got this from Jonathan. You say Gavoni? Or do you say, how do you say his name? Jonathan Gavoni? Gavoni?
Gavoni. Yeah,
Gavoni,
I think that's how I say it.
He was on the Ringers NBA draft show. He says San Antonio wants to move aggressively this offseason to reshape its roster. That's great, right? Like the Kings don't have to worry about it. Yeah, we got the Spurs, and they're moving aggressively.
Yep.
Quote, everything I hear is that the Spurs want to be competitive next year. They want to be in the playoffs. They're not looking to make this a 2 to 3 year process. I've heard nobody on the roster is untouchable except for Wembanyama and Devin Vassell.
Yep.
He says every free agent, every veteran guard, they all want to play with Victor Wembanyama. If that's true. That's what he says.
Klay Thompson. KCP.
Chris Paul, potentially. Yeah.
And Malik Monk.
I don't see it.
You don't see it? Guy?
Yeah, Jonathan Gavoni. Yeah. He is. But why don't you see it?
Because like we said earlier, I don't think, obviously if he wanted to, he could. I don't see Malik as going, oh, I want to play for Pop.
Yeah.
I'm sure he could if he wanted, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't see that.
You might be right. Does that outweigh throwing lobs to Victor Wembanyama, though? Think about that. You're on national TV all the time because you know the Spurs going to get their dates. Everybody want to see Victor Wembanyama, the best lob threat in the history of the game. Just throw it up to the ceiling. He'll go get it.
He's from the South, right? Isn't Malik from?
Lepanto, Arkansas.
Kind of Southwest. Kind of
then move to Bentonville where Walmart is. It's not too far. It's not too.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. I still think Orlando makes the most sense, but
if you're the Spurs, no, you're right. That's what I was wondering. You know, we're talking 4 years, 80, 100. What if the Spurs open up 120? I don't know. What if they done? You know, money's going to talk. You know, pop or no pop. Like, what if they come with a Godfather kind of offer? And so it's scary because at least free agency is less than a month away. like the start of it. We need answers, big fella.
Yeah.
I'm tired of waiting on pins and needles, looking at Orlando, Detroit, San Antonio. I need some movement. I need some action. I need to know the answers to these pressing questions. It's killing me, Whitey.
What's your 0 to 10? How likely is Malik staying? 0 means no chance. I'm at this point, I'm like at a point.
Really?
I assume he's gone, and if he stays, great. Just all things considered, I just don't see it happening. I hope it does, but I'm not optimistic in the least.
So in my life, I'm a pessimist. I'm an optimist. Like I'm usually look at the bright side. When there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah.
When it comes to this, I'm gonna say a 5. I'm gonna say a 5. I still
That's not
think
bad.
That's not bad. I'm not
up.
at 0.5 like you or whatever it was.
0.3.
0.3, but I'm at a 5. And that's the optimist in me saying we still got a chance. I'm not a realist, though. That's my problem. I live in fantasy world. I'm just giving you the Drape story right now. I'm giving you the tea behind the scenes. I'm a fantasy kind of guy. I don't live in reality, and that's part of my problem. So the reality, the realistic, I should be like you, preparing myself.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's already gone.
And I think it's all, well, not all, but most of it is just the money. And I think if the Kings were in position to make a competitive offer, $20 million or more, I think he'd be like, yeah, I want to stay here.
Right. Because here's the thing, too. When you look at the Kings, everybody's talking about, his best friend. I don't think that really factors into the NBA, but a chance to win does. And the Kings, if he comes back, if the money was right, they still have a chance to make some noise. You look at a team like San Antonio, sure, you got Wembanyama, but you're still a few years away from really challenging for a championship. Orlando, maybe they're knocking on the door, still young, though. But from a winning aspect, I think that's what the Kings can offer more so than some of these other teams that they're vying for and competing for with Malik. It's because, we've seen them make it to the playoffs. We've seen them force a Game 7. We know when things are right, this Kings team can be dangerous. I think if you're Monte McNair, that's your selling point. Sure, you got De'Aaron. Sure, you got the money that we can offer. But also, we're building something here, Malik, and we're not that far off. If I'm Monte McNair, sure, you present the contract offer, but I'm also showing them the free agent plans, the trade plans. I'm showing, hey, here's A, B, and C, what we're doing to compete for a championship.
Maybe even asking him what he thinks of some of those things you could do.
Right, exactly.
Now, how about if you're Malik? If I'm Malik, I'm very interested in San Antonio. Just want to know what we got. Orlando, very interested. Also interested in Philly.
Yeah,
those would be like,
Philly.
and the Sacramento's like, well, I think I know, but yeah, I don't want to close that door. Those would be the 3 teams I'd be most interested in. How about you? If you're Malik and you're talking to your agent.
Philly,
yeah,
Orlando, and what was the third?
I said San Antonio.
San Antonio,
but I still don't see that as a fit. But I'd be curious.
Yeah.
No,
I'm with you on that. I'm like Detroit.
Detroit, I want to know what they're offering so I can get more from somebody else.
Right. Use Detroit as leverage. I think Philly would probably make the most sense. You got a stud big man, an MVP candidate. You got a young, talented guard in Tyrese that you could play alongside. The only issue is they would be a little undersized, in my opinion. But I think Philly can challenge in the East. And if I'm Malik, I'm looking at that.
I think that's the whole key to Malik and his marketability is the fact that because he's a little, by NBA standards, he's not big.
Yeah.
The fact that he was able to show I can play point.
Right.
I'm a combo guard. Otherwise, you're a 2 who can shoot, but a little undersized. That's an issue. But if you're a combo guard, well, that alleviates a lot of that concern.
It does. And do you view him as a lead guard? Like
not yet. I see the upside.
But I can see in Orlando, yes, I can see that. Him and Jalen Suggs. Like Orlando really doesn't have a lead guard. They got guards. They got Cole Anthony. They got Suggs.
They've been struggling in that area.
Yeah, but they need a shot creator, a guy that can shoot also, and so it makes a lot of sense for him there.
Yeah,
and no state income tax right down there. Oh my gosh!
Yeah, so I'm getting a huge raise per year, raise plus no state income tax.
Now I see why you're at 0.3 or whatever it was.
If I was Orlando, I'd be at about a 7.8 at least.
Yeah, we need some leaks or something.
I wouldn't blame them in the least for doing that.
No, I would blame, and I would never blame them for going for the money. But if he took like a deal with Detroit or Charlotte or just some no chance at winning team, that's like, come on, Malik, I get it, but dang, man, can't you get both? Orlando might give him the best chance at both.
Mike Nussbaum says, all I can say to Malik is the grass is not always greener unless you get paid. Brandon Dietzman says, yeah, the grass isn't greener unless you can cover the entire ground
in Benjamins. That's right, exactly. The grass don't have to be green. I'll lay some new sod down there, Seriously, I can afford it.
Is any publicity good publicity for the WNBA? Everybody's talking about the WNBA all of a sudden. Next. Drive Guys, Sactown Sports.
The Sacramento Kings play here.
He's got the triple. Sacramento takes the lead. Outstanding ball movement by Sacramento.
Every triple, every jam, every Kings win.
Sabonis with the jam over the Joker. He's got the three-point shot.
Get your Kings fix all season long.
Right here on your home of the Sacramento Kings.
Here's a steal by Fox, a breakaway. He's got the rip with the left hand.
Sactown Sports at SactownSports.com.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Swing into summer at the Golf and Guitars Music Festival, June 24th and 25th at Hagan Oaks Golf Course. On June 25th, enjoy the live performances Under the Stars from Craig Campbell, Corey Kent, Love and Theft, plus Ashley Cook, Mark Willis, and more. It's not just about great music and golf. It's about giving back. Proceeds go to charities supporting youth, those with disabilities, and our veterans in the greater Sacramento region. Tickets start at just $40. Don't miss out on these great nights for a great cause. Get your tickets now at golfandguitars.com.
I remember as if it were yesterday. I reached down to move a nightstand and was astonished at the weight of the piece. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. At that moment, I instantly recognized the difference between Naturewood's quality furniture that will last a lifetime versus lesser quality furniture found elsewhere. Now, I suppose there's a huge difference in what you'd put in your first apartment and what you would live with in the comfort of your own home. Right now, Naturewood Home Furnishings Made in USA sale is a great time to fill your home with solid, superior quality furniture to reflect your own love for life. With brands like Sam Moore, Stanton, Stickley, Hilltop Hickory, Simply Amish, and many more, Naturewood Home Furnishings has tables, chairs, couches, and, yes, nightstands, and more at their Made in USA sale. Find furniture that will be with you forever. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Want the best movie experience in town? Join Sactown Sports IMAX Pass by visiting SactownSports.com. Sign up today. You can win tickets to see this week's films at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
KHTKAM HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports.
The only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Sactown Sports.
Oh, how about this, Drapes? You're talking about your first car. Your dad said he'd get your car if you got a scholarship. CK916, I'll feel your pain, Drapes. Dad said he would match whatever I could save for my first car. Got a job, saved up $6K. The old man started walking it back.
Why do parents do that, man? Why do dads do that? You know, just talk a good game, but then don't back it up.
I just wanted you to raise the money. I didn't think you'd raise that much. Good for you. You learned a lesson.
Man, I'm sorry, CK. I feel your pain too, bro. Man, our dad sold us a bill of goods.
Your dad, though, it sounds like you just made an assumption. You assumed
He said
you're going to get a
new car.
Yeah, and I'm going to get a Volvo from my dad.
He said a new car. I didn't have an old car, so I did. You know,
any car was new to you, right? That was his thinking.
I guess. I know. And somebody said Drape's Volvos were never in. Yeah, they were. There's some new Volvos out now. A C90, that's pretty sweet. I like Volvos. Yeah.
Boxy but efficient. Volvo, fine car. Here we are, just a few days away from the start of the NBA Finals, and we've got OTAs in the NFL starting. So why is everybody talking about the WNBA?
Yeah.
They're not just talking about the WNBA. I mean, ranting and raving about the WNBA and the foul on Caitlin Clark. What is going on? I kind of liked it better when not everybody was talking about the WNBA all the time.
Really?
Because of the way they're talking about it. Today, we had the Today Show on. Anytime a sports story goes all the way into the mainstream where it's on the Today Show, it's like, well, this story is so distorted now, forget it.
Right.
You know, because they kind of distill it to the very bare essence and kind of make it a narrative more than an actual journalistic story. And I just don't think any of this is necessary. All this hair pulling and gnashing of teeth and angst over Caitlin Clark. Ooh, she got fouled. It's basketball. They don't like her. She's going to get knocked around.
Whitey, calm down, first of all, big fella. Calm down, big fella.
Oh, did you see that foul? Oh.
But the discussion isn't even about the foul. That's the thing. It's about people have taken it away from basketball, to your point, and made it bigger than basketball. They've made it into, I said it yesterday, they made it a black and white issue.
Right.
They made it a financial, she's your cash cow, she should be protected. They even made it into a where's your teammates issue, you know, and is she hated? I mean, it's ridiculous. And so when you say, you know, there's so much talk about the NBA, WNBA, I don't think the conversation is even about the WNBA.
There's so much noise around it. That's what irritates
It's not
me.
even about the game. It's not about the athletes, the players. You know, it's about society, really, and how we view certain things. And it has taken on a life of its own.
And I didn't think Angel Reese helped matters.
Oh, not at all. Did you see her laughing over there and everything? And
she
then
says,
yesterday, what she said?
People watch because of me, too.
Well, Jay got the bite.
Right,
Let's
Jay's
hear
got
it.
Angel Reese
I
yesterday.
think so many people are watching women's basketball right now. It all started from the national championship game, and I've been dealing with this for 2 years now. And understanding, like, negative things have probably been said about me, but honestly, I'll take that because look where women's basketball is. People are talking about women's basketball, but you never would think that we'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas, like just because of one single game. And just looking at that, like, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me, too, and I want y'all to realize that. Like, it's not just because of one person. A lot of us have done so much for this game, and Kennedy has been here before, obviously, but there are so many great players in this league that have deserved this for a really, really long time, and luckily, it's coming now.
But just look at the numbers, the attendance numbers from this weekend, and it's okay. You're a great player, and you're you're an asset for your league, and you're a great player. But people are crazy about the WNBA right now, whether they should be or not, because of Caitlin Clark. 17,000 fans are coming to each of her games. Other games are getting, if you're lucky, 10. Usually around 4 or 5. That's okay. Maybe that's nutty, but that's the way it is. But you just have to accept that because you benefit from it too.
Yeah, but I will say there's levels to it, Whitey. And I've watched some WNBA games, and I will continue to watch WNBA games that don't feature Caitlin Clark. I do watch Angel Reese. I do watch my girl Cameron Brink out there in LA. So, you know, I hear what Angel Reese is saying, but Caitlin Clark is on a different level.
Right.
I mean, you know,
and that is, it's nuts, but that's the way it is.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's sort of like, you know, the Jordan effect, if you will. Yes, Jordan, you know, helped build the league, you know, to what it is, but Barkley was great. Isaiah, like all these other guys were great. Yes, but Jordan was the GOAT, like the top of the top, you know. And I think, you know, I think there is some jealousy.
Oh yeah,
you know, when it comes to that,
sure
you know, it's because it's human nature, and I get it. And those who say, oh, I don't think there's any jealousy when it comes. There's 100%. Like, people are playing harder against Caitlin Clark than they've played against anybody else, picking her up full court, the way they're guarding her, you know, the fouls. Like, it is what it is. And I think this isn't a basketball discussion. It's delved into you know, a race, a class. And the thing I hate the most about this discussion, Whitey, and I see it on social media all the time, when people say, well, you weren't saying that when so-and-so got hurt, or you weren't doing this when, you know, Teresa Witherspoon back in the day and all this, and it reeks of whataboutism, you know, like, and I push back on that. I hate whataboutism. It's like, Caitlin Clark does this. Well, what about when so-and-so did this? And it's like, you know, we're talking about Caitlin Clark. And there's a lot of hypocritical, you know, context discussion going on right now. And it's nasty. You know, I'm watching Stephen A. Smith. You see him yesterday? You know, Monica McNutt.
I'm a fan of hers.
A fan of Monica McNutt. They had a 40-minute discussion about the WNBA. And, you know, Monica McNutt pushed back. And it's like, dude, you haven't been talking about the WNBA like this. You could have been doing that 3 years ago.
But what? Can I stop you there?
Stop me.
What's wrong with that? I mean, people didn't care about the WNBA 3 years ago. Why should Stephen A. have been talking about it?
No, but you can't say it like that, Whitey. That's the problem. You said people didn't care about the WNBA. That's not true. That's a blanket statement.
Well,
people did care.
Some,
you got to say,
but a
you know,
smaller group.
Right. That's how you got to say it, though. Like, for instance, I'm on social media. Somebody says, no one's watching these games. Well, that's not true. Like, we got to be accurate in discussing this.
Well, it's an exaggeration to make a point.
Right. But that's the problem, man. We can't do that. We got to be accurate when it comes to something like this. People did care about the WNBA. And so when you say that, that's what makes women jealous. Athletes jealous. What do you mean? I've been toiling away. I've been grinding, and you're saying nobody cared. And now, you know, Caitlin Clark comes along, and we should all just bow. Thank you, Caitlin. Thank you so much. I think that's where the so-called jealousy, pushback, whatever it may be called, comes from.
Maybe, but I also know that there was a time when the NBA didn't have a lot of fans. I don't remember it, but I know the NBA was really struggling. People didn't care. My whole issue with what Monica McNutt said about Stephen A. is this, and I mentioned to you, I was listening to a Knicks game on Sirius once. I didn't know who she was, and I heard her, and I said, this person's great. So I think she's tremendous, and I thought that before I even knew who she was. But when she says, Stephen A., you can't say that. You could have been talking more about the WNBA. Years ago, Stephen A. is supposed to be talking about the stories that people are most interested in. He, in my opinion, would not have been doing his job if he were talking about the WNBA on First Take or whatever it is.
No, but I think what she's saying is you can't, you know, tout yourself as a champion of diversity of women's athletics and women's sports.
That's fair enough.
And then, you know, don't have them on your show.
Yeah.
Don't have that discussion on your show.
You can't paint yourself as a champion of diversity and women's sports. But on the other hand, it's not his job or your job or my job to promote sports that we think are up and coming that people should know about. It's our job to talk about things that people want to talk about and are interested in.
I don't know. I think, well.
And now people are interested in the WNBA.
I need you to have that same, same energy when we talk how come the Sacramento Kings aren't being discussed on First Take. Because let's keep it real. Nobody cares about these, not as many people. Let me rephrase that.
No,
not as many.
That's true.
People care more about the Lakers. It is what it is. And we just have to accept that based on your philosophy. We just got to accept that. We can't complain, right?
Yeah, well, I understand why it upsets people, but I accept it. I don't expect them to talk about Sacramento. They're going to talk about the Jets, and they're going to talk about the Cowboys. They're going to talk about maybe the Yankees, and they're going to talk about the Lakers.
And that's why
I don't watch a lot.
Right. But that's to your point, man. That's what most people are interested in. And we heard from Tim Legler. He said it last week or 2 weeks ago, about the show meetings that he has. It's the Lakers. There used to be a saying in local TV news, if it bleeds, it leads.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it is in sports. There's certain franchises that generate. The Cowboys could be 3-13. They're still going to be a talk.
Right.
Lakers could be, 10-50. It's still the Lakers, and people are still going to talk about it.
Here's the thing I don't understand about the Caitlin Clark back and forth, and I'll tell you when we come right back. Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sactown Sports and the Sactown Sports app.
It's a mystery where Old Spice finds its amazing scents like Himalayan sea salt, but I'm thrilled they have because no other body wash exfoliates and moisturizes 24/7 like Old Spice Gentleman's Himalayan sea salt body wash. Now, if only there was a mountain range separating the Indian subcontinent from the Tibetan plateau where I could hide my Old Spice and keep my family from stealing it, my impossibly smooth skin will finally be safe.
Want to keep your gas-powered engines running like new? Stable's proprietary formulas are proven by third-party testing to outperform the competition in keeping fuel fresh, preventing corrosion, and cleaning the entire fuel system. With Stable, you can have confidence you are doing the right thing for your engine's long-term health. Just pour into your gas can or fuel tank, then top off with fresh fuel. At every fill-up or when you store, start with Stable. Available where fuel additives are sold.
The Drive Guys, live and local, every afternoon, Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
Caitlin Clark's everywhere. The Caitlin Clark drama, whatever it is, the angst over Caitlin Clark. Here's what I don't get about it. I don't see how there's pro Caitlin Clark and anti. I know some people may not root for her from a basketball standpoint. Like I love baseball. I don't like the Yankees. I can see how someone might be like that. But this whole, I'm pro Caitlin, I'm anti Caitlin. Everybody's pro Caitlin, right? Even the players that want to beat her, they have to appreciate that she's growing the league. So I don't understand how anybody could say they're anti-Caitlin. We're all on the same side on this, aren't we?
Are you talking outside of the league or in the league?
I don't see there. It's a debate, but I only see one side of it. Who are the haters? I know a lot of people have said Charles Barkley. Oh, I have this message for the Caitlin haters. I think LeBron had that. Who are the haters? Who are they?
No, they're out there. They're I see it, and the problem is it's not that they hate Caitlin. It's that they hate her success. They hate her fame. They hate her. It's the jealousy.
They're resentful that it's her and not them. You're saying?
Yeah. Like
other players.
If we're being right, let's let's unpack this, Whitey. And Jay, chime in on this because let's keep it real. If we're being real, I've seen on social media, I've seen on TV, I've seen talking heads talk about. I mean, we had Cheryl Swoops come out and say things about Caitlin Clark. We've had Diana Taurasi, and when you look at it. The thing that bothers me, it's that people try and put down Caitlin Clark's achievements by bigging up other people. Meaning, well, what about Candace Parker? What about Cynthia Cooper? What about this? What about, there's too much whataboutisms. For instance, Whitey, and I've said this time and time again, our society, and especially on social media, has delved into contradicting, trying to shoot down other people's arguments. So, for instance, if I say, man, today's a nice day, 1,000 people on social media. How could you say it's a nice day? It's 99 degrees outside. So, for instance, if I say Caitlin Clark is the greatest women's basketball player ever, how can you say Caitlin Clark's the greatest? What about this? What about? And so I think it has nothing to do with Caitlin Clark. It has to do with how people perceive her, the discussion around her.
Anointed as this great I understand it, but that's not her fault.
It's not her. And I mentioned it yesterday. It's the Brock Purdy syndrome, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Like, Brock Purdy is fantastic. He hasn't done a thing to warrant the people pushing back, including me. But it's Dante Whitner. Oh, man, this guy is the greatest thing since Joe Montana.
Did you say Brock Purdy hasn't done a thing?
No, he hasn't done a thing to earn my hate, like my pushback.
Okay,
that's what I'm talking. No, not that he hasn't done a thing in terms of, but Brock Purdy's gone out there, done his job, been fantastic at it. But he's so polarizing, not because of him, but because of the narrative around him and the way people spin it. Same thing with Caitlin Clark. She's not polarizing. It's the discussion around her that is polarizing.
And also, let's face it, there's the fact that she's white and she's very popular.
Right.
And some people think, well, that's out of whack. If she was white, she wouldn't be as popular, and that's not fair. And I agree with that. But hello, and I'm not saying we deal with it, but that is, I mean, we've seen that before, right?
Yeah.
Like this is the first time we've seen that.
But you're right about that. But remember when the word was coming out that she was getting the shoe deal, Caitlin Clark, $28 million, and the narrative was, what about A'ja Wilson? She's a great player too. Oh, I get it. Sabrina Ionescu, Caitlin Clark, they got shoes because they're white women. But nobody talked about A'ja Wilson was already in negotiations for her own shoe deal. And I think so much is being, so many discussions about anything is being boiled down to race instead of just like, I don't play that card. I'm not that way, man.
339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Sherry on Sactown Sports has been hanging on. How are you, Sherry?
Hey, I'm doing well, thanks. How are you?
Good. What's up, Sherry?
Hey, is Kyle there?
Yeah, I'm right here. What's up, Sherry?
Hey, Kyle. This is Sherry. You remember Sabonis fans?
Oh, yes. Yeah. What's up, Sherry? Sherry messaged me about the Sabonis. Emailed me. How come you guys don't talk about Sabonis more?
It was right before the All-Stars, though.
Yeah.
I wanted him to get a little bit more love. But here's the deal. I just want to say something. This word jealousy, and it's like junior high girls. I mean, it's boys learn the whole idea of playing. You keep it on the court. You go after each other. But after you're off the court, we don't hear these words, jealousy. We don't hear these words. And it's really, I think, taken away from the skill level, discussion of their skills, discussion of their play. I just cringe when I'm hearing all this. Let's talk about their athleticism. Let's talk about, maybe how they're giving back to their community, other things than who's better than whom. Again, junior high school girl fight. That's how it feels to me.
Well, thank you, Sherry. They are women. They're not girls. But it's just as far as the hard fouls, that's basketball, and it's professional basketball.
What about the cheap shot? Somebody standing there?
I mean, what about it?
You okay with that?
That's
so if Draymond does it to Sabonis, it's okay?
He's done worse than that, right?
And we had a problem, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. We can't just say it's basketball, Whitey, because where's the line, man? It's a cheap shot is a cheap shot. Those happen in basketball, yes, but that doesn't mean we should turn a blind eye. You should say, you know what? That's not acceptable. And if somebody did, trust me,
that's for the league, and
it's for the league to handle it.
I think they didn't know what to do.
But we can't say, oh, that's just basketball. Really?
Well, some of it is just basketball.
Not cheap shots.
Yes,
so Draymond, what he does, is that just basketball? Getting upset, physical?
You're comparing what Kennedy did to...
I'm trying to figure out the line. When is it basketball and when is it not?
I think it's basketball when you try to intimidate an opponent or for whatever reason, which is what we saw there.
No, that's not. No.
What do you think that should be done about it then? I'm just saying that is going to happen, and some of it is going to have to play itself out on the court. You guys are talking a lot, you and Jay, and I'm not meaning to drag you into this, but you're talking about dogs, and that's kind of being that dog on the court, is being that intimidating player.
But not when somebody is just standing there and then you give them a forearm shiver and a body blow. Now, if somebody is going to the basket, you commit a hard foul. But when you do
then
it,
what should be done about it?
Well, there's two ways you can handle this. You can handle this the street way, or you can handle it through the league. The league should have administered a flagrant foul right there.
Yeah.
But they didn't do that. The street way is, okay, next time you come down, trust me, I'm going to get you back. And that's the part but then that's how it escalates, Whitey. That's what I'm talking about. That's how it escalates. Like there's basketball and then there's a cheap shot. To me, basketball is a hard foul. To me, a cheap shot is if you're just standing there and somebody just runs into you. That's not basketball. That's a cheap shot.
I understand your point. What I'm saying is that those things are going to continue to happen. She's going to have to, and her teammates are going to have to sort their way through them. Some of them will be hard fouls that we would both consider, okay, that's
so
fair.
police it on their own.
They have to, it's going to happen until they figure out a way to make teams pay for that.
I don't like that, though. I just think that's how things escalate. You know what I mean? And I hear you. I agree. If somebody does that, you got to, have retaliation. But I'd rather that part of it not be in the game, and there's a reason why, Kennedy, is on her third team, got exiled, banished from the Sparks, banished from her other team. Like, she has done, certain things where, she's almost like my guy, the Dylan Brooks. Almost, where it's like, do you really want to sign this person? What if, like, there's a line that you don't cross? You can go up to the line, but I don't know. I just thought it was a cheap shot, man.
Drapes, I'm trying to get an understanding of exactly where you sit on the issue of how Caitlin Clark is being not only played against, like competed against, but also how she's being seen in the media, or just by everyone, by the masses. Is that kind of what's rubbing you the wrong way?
No.
Okay.
What's rubbing me the wrong way is the narrative that, they do this to all rookies, or, no, not really. Not really. Like, we got to, like, she's different. She's special. The way she's being guarded is different.
Right.
The way she got clocked, by Kennedy and, Angel Reese, who, and I know their history goes back, a few years to the college days. It seems like, and I'll tell you this too, when she has a bad game, oh my gosh, I feel like a lot of people are like, see, we told you when she gets to the NBA, and it's like, just relax, just let her play her game. Like, I just feel like it's too much of a spotlight. And what I'm really afraid of, though, fellas, if I'm keeping it real, we're going to ruin this young girl's career.
Well, the league will ruin her career if they keep having to play 11 games in 20 days.
It's like,
that's just stupid.
I compared her yesterday to Britney Spears. The spotlight, the attention, it might be, the way it's going, basketball ain't going to be fun for her anymore.
Do you know what she did before she got knocked down?
Yes. That's bad. Yes.
CK916 says she makes a three after missing like 6 in a row, starts screaming in the opponent's face.
Right.
So it has something to do with her and not just the concept. So she does that, and we don't see that, and then she gets knocked down.
I saw that. I watched Caitlin. I watch her games, bro. I've watched like 5 of her games so far, and I see the way she plays. She's kind of pouty. She's kind of, it's a way that she plays that I could see could get under an opponent's skin.
A rookie who does that and then gets knocked down, back in the 80s, if that happened in the NBA, I don't know about you, but I know a lot of people, including me, would say, well, yeah, that player asked for it.
But we have evolved from the 80s. The 80s, there's a reason why the 80s are the 80s. There's a reason why David Stern changed the league. There's a reason why, the goons aren't allowed as much anymore. It's different. We can't say, well, back when Jordan had to face it, LeBron had to. That doesn't make it right, though, big fella. Back in the day, I rode in cars without seatbelts. Does that make it right? Back in the day, my dad walked 50 miles to school in the winter. Does that make it right? No, we've evolved, and that's what I'm saying. Michelle Obama said, when they go low, you go high, and I feel like Caitlin Clark has a target on her back. There is no doubt about it. From the way she plays, from her attention, from her contract, I guarantee you there's a segment of the WNBA that says, man, we like having Caitlin, what she brings, but what about us? We were the forefathers. We've been grinding here since day one. Nobody's talking about us. Where's our love?
And she needs to learn that lesson, perhaps.
I'll say this, fellas, and this might be something on the other side of the break. I think there's 2 or 3, probably even 4 different aspects to the Caitlin Clark conversation that, a lot of people aren't having all the time. And I think part of it is where you kind of touched on one of it, Drapes, is she has a target on her back.
Yep.
And then vice versa, she's earned a target on her back. And with that, and Sherry called in and she kind of compared to, using the word jealousy. When Anthony Edwards came in, he had a target on his back too. Now he wasn't, Caitlin Clark, because there were already stars that have been made with the, in the NBA, and there have already been stars in Drape's point with the WNBA, but not to this level. And so I think that's one thing, right? Like she's earned it. She's earned it. However you feel it. She's not the easiest person to deal with when you're competing against her. Mm-hmm. That's the truth. So she's got to take some things back too as well. The other part of it is there's definitely a racial situation when it comes to Caitlin Clark conversation. Mm-hmm. Like we know that, point blank period. The other part about that too is the WNBA is striving. They've been striving. And we talk about Candace Parker and Asia Wilson and all these, Brianna Stewart. Yeah. There's always someone new to take the game to the next step, right? And we don't see that with the NBA. It's like, here goes an analogy, the snowball effect. Most of the time in the NBA, we have the leaders, and then the Anthony Edwards and the Paolo Bancheros and the De'Aaron Foxes and all these guys add to the snowman, where the top of the snowman is really LeBron. Right. In the WNBA, that's forever changing. Like the lead person is forever changing in the WNBA. And I truly think now with all of the things that have happened, and I think that's where Angel Reese is trying to get into it, is, there has to be some conversation of, there have been people who've led the way for you, but she's the new lead right now. And the people who have the Asia Wilsons and, the Cheryl Swoops who've had their opportunity in time
and made the most of it,
they're saying things that I think are rubbing people who support Caitlin Clark the wrong way.
And Jay, I'll cap it off by saying this. Caitlin Clark is different though than all. She's not just the next great thing. Caitlin Clark has become a pop star.
Yes.
She's LeBron.
Yes.
She's Steph. She's George. She's not, just a great bat. Like she's a star on the street. No offense to Asia Wilson and some of these other, women out there who are great and they do have a level of stardom, but Caitlin Clark is the face of women's basketball right now.
And this should be a glorious moment for the WNBA. And I'm not sure it's going exactly the way they anticipated. And I just hope they can handle it and not squander this opportunity for tremendous and positive growth for women's basketball. CJ Stroud is going right after Aaron Rodgers. Yes, that's next with the Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
What's keeping you from learning the language you've always wanted to speak?
Too hard. Takes too long.
Not with Babbel. Babbel's interactive lessons, podcasts, games, and more make learning fun.
Fun isn't hard.
Right. And in 10 minutes a day, Babbel's bite-sized lessons are designed to get you having real conversations in as little as 3 weeks.
That's not long.
It's not hard.
It's perfect.
It starts here. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
With T-Mobile, you can get tons of benefits and still save. It's like getting romance and sci-fi.
I love you. Also, I'm a robot.
With T-Mobile, you can save on every plan versus AT&T and Verizon. See how with our savings calculator at T-Mobile.com/switch. Plus, we'll pay off your locked AT&T phone up to $650 and you get a new 5G phone for free.
Pay off via virtual prepaid card in 15 days. Free phone up to $830 via 24 monthly bill credits with qualifying planning credit plus tax and $35 connection charge. Contact us before canceling to continue bill credits or they stop and required finance agreement balance is due. See T-Mobile.com.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopier.com.
Be listening to Sactown Sports each Friday morning for the Rivercats Weekend Report with team updates and everything you'll want to know about the next exciting Rivercats homestand. Let's go, Rivercats!
At the Good Feet store, we take pain very seriously. Whether in the foot, knee, hip, or back, Good Feet makes over 300 styles, flexibilities, and sizes of pain-relieving arch supports. With 26 bones, 30 joints, and over 100 muscles, tendons, and ligaments in each foot, a lot can go painfully wrong. So there's a trained arch support specialist at each Good Feet store to give you a precision fit. Come in for a free fitting and test walk. No appointment necessary. Good Feet arch supports are HSA, FSA eligible.
The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
Sacramento, Dirk Bentley is coming to town.
Hey, y'all, this is Dirk Bentley.
Saturday, September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo for Country in the Park 2. And he's bringing some friends.
This is Family.
Take my hand, let me make you mine. Paige Dasha.
Kelsey Hart, and more. Saturday, September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo. Get your tickets before they sell out at CITPFest.com. Brought to you by Coors Light.
Hello, Sacramento. I'm Emran Pilati, owner of True Sports Cards and Collectible Store here in Rockland, California, and the host of the True Sports Cards Show that airs right here on Sactown Sports 1140 every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m., where we discuss the latest trends, hottest products, and deliver exclusive interviews with other industry leaders. And don't forget to visit our shop, True Sports Cards, at 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland and see what we have for all your sports card and memorabilia needs.
Only one radio program captures the excitement of hunting and fishing as it happens. The award-winning California Sportsman with Sep Hendrickson. Only California Sportsman takes you where the action is. Live on the water, live in the blind, and live with the top pros and experts in outdoor sports. California Sportsman with Fishing Hall of Famer Sep Hendrickson is your premier destination for all things outdoors. Sep's Saturday Morning Outdoors. Ultimate Bass and California Sportsman, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Saturdays on Sactown Sports 1140.
Drive Guys, live and local, every afternoon, Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
I'll tell you what, it seems like we just got started. It's already been a very eventful day. We've been talking about the Caitlin Clark crisis, drama, whatever it is, and all the various aspects of that. And then Trape's headphones conked out on him earlier, and we got him fixed.
Yeah, we got him fixed, man.
It's a miracle.
A lot accomplished so far today.
Yeah, it wasn't that hard. We just switched them up. But top of the hour, we're going to talk to Darnell Mayberry.
Yes.
You may not know who that is. I'll tell you. Bulls beat writer for The Athletic. So we're going to talk to Darnell Mayberry about the availability of Kyle Draper's #1 Kings target, Zach LaVine.
My guy, Zach LaVine. Hopefully, Darnell Mayberry will have some good news for his Kings fans.
What would be the good news? Just that, I think they're going to move him.
Yeah, I think they're going to move him, right? And they don't want much for him. And so, and we'll text Monty and be like, get on it, young fella. Make it happen. Bring Zach to Sac. Mm-hmm. Ooh, you like that, right?
Zach LaVine.
That's how it is in Sac. It's lit.
It's lit, baby. Bring Zach to Sac.
339-1140. 1-800-920-1140. Bill has been hanging on. Hey, Bill, you're on with the Drive Guys. How are you today?
How you doing, fellas?
Good. What's up?
Okay. They got to embrace Caitlin Clark being on the court, man, because she's driving the league right now. And, more money, more TV money. Everybody gets to eat. But Asia Wilson has it confused. Don't nobody come to the arena to see her. I'm sorry.
That's not true. Don't say that, Bill. That's not true, big fella.
I just said it. That's my opinion.
Well, you're wrong because the Aces have a big crowd every night. What are you talking about? The Aces are one of the highest drawing teams in the WNBA. This is what, Bill, if you're going to come on the show, you got to be accurate. You can't have blanket statements, big fella.
Okay, let me bounce this off you. What I want to see is Caitlin Clark rock some Trump sneakers.
Okay, thanks. Well,
the customer you're trying to reach is not available. Please call back.
Yeah, he kind of outed himself a little bit.
We'll just leave that there.
He had an agenda right there.
We'll just leave
he
that
was agenda-driven
for now.
Right there.
Yeah. Here's something that I thought was very interesting today.
This guy, man.
I was about to defend him, too, because, attendance for her games are way higher than attendance for any other games.
But that's what
he was exaggerating.
But everything, exactly. But everything is relative, right? You tell somebody, let's say the Aces average 10,000. You say nobody comes to there. He says nobody's coming to see her play. Well, that's not true, big fella. You got to say it's not. It's factually not true.
But it is true if 17,000 are showing up for every one of her games, and no other players are generating more than 10,000. That they're coming. More people are coming to see her than there are coming to see you. That's also a fact.
Yeah, but say that. Don't say nobody's coming to playing to see Asia Wilson play. That's how it's like saying nobody's coming to see coming to see who can I say? Harrison Barnes play. Well, actually, there are fans of Harrison Barnes coming to see him play.
Nobody's coming to see him.
That's my guy. I'm coming to see Harrison Barnes play every time.
I have nothing
getting paid, man.
Yeah, Harrison Barnes. I love seeing this. We talk so much as media members about this quarterback and that quarterback. It's rare that you have another quarterback going after quarterback, right? Doesn't happen a lot.
Doesn't happen.
Yeah. So CJ Stroud was on $1 Million Worth of Game, the podcast, $1 Million Worth of Game. And he was taking some shots at Aaron Rodgers. He said he'd rather have Eli Manning's career than Aaron Rodgers' career. He said, "You want the rings, dog? Eli got 2. He also said, "You know what I think it is?" Yeah, this is CJ Stroud. I've talked to Tom Brady about this because he's a good mentor to me. What he told me is teammates and how he treats his teammates, and that's where I think it falls off. We don't know how Aaron Rodgers treats his teammates, but you can guarantee that Tom Brady treats his teammates right because how he got those rings. Stroud also said another quarterback who has 1 ring might have won more with Rodgers' supporting cast. He says, if you give Matthew Stafford a chance like Aaron Rodgers had, I guarantee you he might have had more rings. I think he would have like 3 or 4. This isn't some guy on the
shot
radio.
right there.
Yes,
that's the shot.
CJ Stroud.
Wow. Taking a shot at a current quarterback.
I applaud him.
You want that smoke, huh? You all for that? Tell me why.
Because Aaron Rodgers has squandered opportunities, and he's been one of those guys in recent years, last 10 years, I think he'd go back as far as the last 10 years in Green Bay, where it's never his fault. The coach is a dummy. We didn't get the help. We drafted another quarterback instead of going out and get more receivers. Right. It's never his fault. It's like, what can I do with these guys, right?
Yeah.
Right? Now he's in New York. We'll see how he does.
And the argument can be made, and I'll make it. Aaron Rodgers is probably one of the most underachieving quarterbacks. I mean, so-called be called among the game's greats and only have 1 Super Bowl. You're 40 years old and only 1 Super Bowl. You're a four-time MVP and only 1 Super Bowl. He's underachieved, in my opinion. So I agree 100% with you.
What's really juicy about this, and I agree with this, was written profootballtalk.com. Rodgers undoubtedly will find a way to respond. He won't be able to help himself. I agree with that too.
Do they play each other? I haven't looked at the schedule.
Not that I'm aware, but I don't.
It would be nice. It would be nice.
Memorized. Eli Manning should be a Hall of Famer, right?
I got to look
Super Bowls. He won 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah, but he didn't do much else, right?
I know, but isn't the idea to win a Super Bowl? And he won 2.
4-time Pro Bowler, 2-time Super Bowl MVP.
Yes, sir.
At that.
Who else are they going to give it to? Kyle Williams? Even though that was an NFC championship.
Tyree? Plaxico?
Mario Manningham?
Let me look. I mean, wow. I'm looking at some of his numbers here, too, real quick.
And he's really obnoxious in the commercial with Carmelo. I was like, no, I didn't order it. Just leave it here. But based on what he did in the biggest moments on the brightest stage, to me, I mean, I think Jim Plunkett should be in the Hall of Fame because he won 2 Super Bowls.
Really?
Yeah. You went as a quarterback win 2?
I don't know.
What more are you supposed to do?
I don't know. I don't know. It's not the Hall of very good, Whitey. It's the Hall of Fame. Like, these are the best of the best.
What could be better than the MVP of the Super Bowl twice?
He had 2 good games. You know what I mean, Jay? He had 2 good games. I don't know. Eli's on the fence with me because I'm looking at some of these.
I've heard worse
interception numbers that, I'm looking at 2007, 23 touchdowns, 20 interceptions. 2010, 31 touchdowns, 25 interceptions. 2013, 18 touchdowns, 27 interceptions.
To me, if you hit the highest highs, I can tolerate the lowest lows.
The lowest lows.
That's my personal opinion of the Hall of Fame. Everybody has their own idea. But you are Super Bowl MVP twice. You beat the Patriots. You keep them from being undefeated. To me, wow. That's why we have a Hall of Fame.
He's borderline. I'm not arguing, against or for anything.
No, he's nowhere.
Nope.
He in the Hall of Very Good?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
What about Plunkett?
I didn't see him play, so I can't call.
Fair
it.
enough.
Yeah. I saw Eli, though. Eli's led the league in interceptions 3-4 times.
Yep.
60% completion rate.
Yeah.
That's paltry, man. That's not
60.3 career completion percentage.
Yeah, but come on. 60%?
Yeah.
That's low of the low.
Low of the low.
What is winning the Super Bowl twice being named the MVP? What is that?
The
high of the highs.
Yeah,
you can't do better.
I'm gonna take a page out of Drake. Trent Dilfer won the Super Bowl, big fella.
Did he win 2? Was he the MVP of the one he won? No, he
Doug
was
Williams won a Super Bowl.
Doug
A
Williams.
Super Bowl.
Mark Rippon won a Super Bowl.
Dang.
Yes.
Joe Flacco won a Super Bowl.
Eli won 2 Super Bowls. Yeah.
McMahon.
I think he's going to get it. I understand what you guys are saying, obviously. I think he's going to get it because he's New York.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to get it because of the Manning name, too.
The Manning name. And, real quick, guys, I was watching ESPN today, and they had the conversation, whose career has been better, Tatum's or Luka's? And it's sort of similar to, this conversation we're having with, Aaron Rodgers. And, Tatum's had a great career. I would say Luka has had it, but they're like, well, Tatum's been to the finals more. He's been to the Eastern Conference Finals. And I think, we're so enamored with rings now. Luka's had the best start to his career, maybe since like Kareem or Wilt. Like his start has been fantastic. So to me, up to this point, is clearly Luka.
Luckily, they play each other, so
yeah,
we'll have a little more.
We'll have a little more ammo.
Yes, make that determination. Coming up next, why one expert says the A's are never even going to make it to Vegas.
Does that mean?
Oh. Sactown Sports. It is Shay.
Subscribe to Sactown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sactown Sports.
The IRS deadline has come and gone. So do you owe money to the IRS? If so, you need an ally. Whether you owe the IRS $6,000 or $600,000, whether your tax problems are personal or business, the professionals at Allies Tax Relief are ready to step in and negotiate your fresh start with the IRS. Here's a happy customer of Allies Tax Relief.
Before calling Allies Tax Relief, I feared the IRS would take all of my assets. I owed them over $562,000. Thankfully, I was referred to Allies and called them for help. They ultimately saved my life from uncertainty. Allies negotiated my giant tax debt to an unbelievable $1,500. They are professionals and they fight the fight for their clients.
Allies Tax Relief will protect your assets from being seized and your paycheck from being garnished. Call right now for your free consultation. 800-296-0772. That's 800-296-0772. Or visit AlliesTaxRelief.com.
Ad paid for by the Sentinel Group. Attention Marines, military personnel, families, and contractors who were stationed at Camp Lejeune. Were you present at Camp Lejeune between August 1953 and December of 1987? You may be entitled to significant compensation. For nearly 34 years, those in the Marine Corps' base Camp Lejeune were exposed to contaminated drinking water, resulting in devastating injuries, including several forms of cancer, adverse birth outcomes, Parkinson's disease, and more. North Carolina's procedural laws have prevented victims from getting the justice they deserve, but passage of the Camp Lejeune Justice Act of 2022 would allow you or a loved one to file lawsuits seeking compensation for illnesses and injuries linked to the toxic water. Call today for your free consultation. 800-439-4252. Let our experienced attorneys fight to get you the compensation you deserve, and you pay nothing unless there's a recovery in your favor. Call 800-439-4252. That's 800-439-4252. Again, 800-439-4252.
I remember as if it were yesterday. I reached down to move a nightstand and was astonished at the weight of the piece. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. At that moment, I instantly recognized the difference between Naturewood's quality furniture that will last a lifetime versus lesser quality furniture found elsewhere. Now, I suppose there's a huge difference in what you'd put in your first apartment and what you would live with in the comfort of your own home. Right now, Naturewood Home Furnishings Made in USA sale is a great time to fill your home with solid, superior quality furniture to reflect your own love for life. With brands like Sam Moore, Stanton, Stickley, Hilltop Hickory, Simply Amish, and many more, Naturewood Home Furnishings has tables, chairs, couches, and, yes, nightstands, and more at their Made in USA sale. Find furniture that will be with you forever. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
At the Good Feet store, we take pain very seriously. Whether in the foot, knee, hip, or back, Good Feet makes over 300 styles, flexibilities, and sizes of pain-relieving arch supports. With 26 bones, 30 joints, and over 100 muscles, tendons, and ligaments in each foot, a lot can go painfully wrong. So there's a trained arch support specialist at each Good Feet store to give you a precision fit. Come in for a free fitting and test walk. No appointment necessary. Good Feet arch supports are HSA, FSA eligible.
The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
Capital Casino has been serving the greater Sacramento area in the same convenient downtown location for over 20 years, with plenty of close-by, well-lit parking monitored by security staff and offering the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Best food, best service, and the best action. That's Capital Casino. For more information on tournaments and gaming, check out their website at capital-casino.com. And please remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
The Drive Guys, live and local. Every afternoon, Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
You see this here I have as probably noticed I tend to drink Pepsi during the show. Did you know Pepsi is now number 3? It's the number 3 soft drink in America.
What's
Coke?
number 2?
Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper is number 2?
Breaking news.
Gross.
Dr. Pepper slides into the number 2 slot ahead of Pepsi Cola.
Are you a Dr. Pepper guy?
No.
Neither am I. Dr. Pepper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know what you mean.
It sounds like a D list coming up, big fella. A Drapes list. Yeah, it sounds like a Drapes list.
I have no idea.
Top 5 soft drinks. I may have to, do some research and think about this. A little taste test at the Draper home later today.
I was stunned to see
Dr. Pepper?
Really close, according to the figures by the whatever American Beverage Association, whatever it is. But yeah.
That is awful. Dr. Pepper. Give me club soda, soda water. Dr. Pepper?
Soda water ahead of Dr. Pepper?
Yeah, dude, Dr. Pepper is gross, dude. You know what's really good? And I'm telling you, this is a D list. This might be our D list of the week, our Drapes list. You ever have Starry?
Yeah.
You had Starry?
Well, no. I assume I have because I've had Sprite. Isn't it the same?
Is it the same? I don't know.
Got a little bit of something to it.
It's a little something, yeah. But
I need to try it.
It's so-called just came out last year,
right?
At the All-Star game when we were in Utah, me and my son, we were like, Starry, what is that? And it was a huge push. Now we are Starry fans. Like, we are all in on Starry.
How is it different from Sprite?
It's a little more lighter, I think.
Is it? Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm not challenging you.
No, it's just a little. Yeah. I might have to do that. I'm going to do the top 5 soft drinks. And I'll make a great case for my number 1.
At some point, you're going to have to go. Sorry, Jay's shaking his head.
Jay don't like that.
Waving it off.
No, I like that. I have a couple in my head. I'm like, if it doesn't crack the top 5, it's going to be a real life argument on this show.
I was going to say we may have to go 10, but that's up to you. Obviously.
Are we talking carbonated drinks?
Or no? It's my list. It's your list.
Well, here's the problem. My list is already in shambles because Diet Coke would be up there, and I would tell you, all the health nuts and people, Drapes, don't you know how bad that is? They would come out of the woodwork. So I'm thinking
Diet
about
Coke is on your top 5?
Dude, I don't drink regular Coke, big fella.
I don't drink soda at all anymore. But
you got to watch that figure, huh?
Yeah, man, I'm trying to bring it down 20 pounds. But I'm drunk, so I'm not a big soda guy. I'm a carbonated water guy.
Okay,
so I mean, it's the same thing almost, but without all the sugars.
Math
Diet Coke top 5 though.
This is gonna be some
dude.
list.
I'm just saying, Jay. This is off the top of my head. Let me go home, do the taste test.
Sound like you already put it in your top 5.
7 or 8 at best.
Diet Coke?
Yeah.
What? That's not even top 10.
What? Oh yeah,
not even top 10.
All right, we're gonna have to save this, big fella, because this you're disrespecting.
See,
me
I already
right
have
now.
2 or 3 that's already been disrespected throughout the history of time, and I'm ready to. The way Drapes fights over for his oatmeal cookies, I'm ready to fight for a couple of flavors of soda already.
Yeah,
right.
we're gonna do carbonated drinks. Top 10 carbonated drinks.
Carbonated, that takes into account all the waters and
They gotta have a little fizz to it. Gotta have a little fizz.
Yeah.
Yes.
Polar. What is that?
Yeah. Polar.
You ever had the seltzer?
Yeah. I'm not a seltzer guy, though, so
Okay.
none of those will be on my list.
Even if there are cases of it that are available for free on the premises.
Are they
Did
really?
you know that?
No, really? Where at?
I can't tell.
All right, I might head next break. Let's
Follow
go
me
down there
after the show's
I will,
over.
right?
Virtually any day.
Well, there's a reason why they're available for free, and it's still sitting there, right?
Probably because we have an agreement with them.
I was
and
about to
it's
say,
wonderful. It's a wonderful
If
product.
it's Diet Coke down there, they wouldn't be sitting there.
Oh, it's down there. It's down there. Oh yeah, there's cases of that too, probably.
Oh,
Jay pointed this out.
Yeah,
to
what you
us.
got?
I don't understand this. The A's apparently now they are appealing to Major League Baseball to, after they move to Vegas, they want to play, was it as many as 10% of their games somewhere other than Vegas? And it's like, what? It's the strangest thing. And a baseball has to make some kind of decision on this, either allow the request. Obviously, it's a little premature right now. Oakland A's request to play almost 10% of home games away from their brand new Las Vegas stadium. What? This is according to an agreement obtained by the Nevada Independent. This brings all kinds of crazy
Now
scenarios into
read
play.
further down, Whitey. Come on, why don't you tell the full story right here, man?
What am I missing?
What,
you
8
tell
games?
me.
I thought they said 8 games.
Teams typically play at the most.
What's the reasoning behind it?
I don't know.
They're saying to try and get their brand more solidified in that market. So I think they're talking about going to different parts of Vegas, different areas, not necessarily it's not like they're going to all of a sudden go to, Seattle and play a game or Salt Lake City to play a game. I think they're thinking sort of like an NBA preseason when you go to Stockton to play a
Do
game.
that in the spring training or preseason. But they also need to have X number of home dates so they can draw enough fans to meet the projections that all the funding is based on. Some of those projections that they managed to sell through the legislature are based on really high attendance numbers, which will be hard to reach if you're playing 8 games in Carson or somewhere.
Games, big fella, out of 81. 8 games, 2 series.
Mm-hmm.
2 series. Dude, they're about to play 3 seasons in Sacramento.
Why does no one else do that? Because it's dumb. No other team does that.
But we already know that, Whitey. The
And how
A's are its own thing.
Yeah. How are you building your fan base by playing your home games somewhere?
At UNLV.
Dude, they going to Henderson. They going to, Reno maybe for a game or something like that. They're trying to, bring in the outer parts of Nevada, outside the suburbs.
So where are you going to play? If you go to these places, these aren't, big league ballparks.
There's a limit as to how many people could come out and see you when you play at one of these places, and it ain't going to be many. So it doesn't make sense.
I think they want to play like in the Utah, like not just around Vegas. I think they want to extend
like
themselves
a regional.
little bit. Yeah.
Oh yeah, regional kind of thing. Yeah. That's what I meant.
Go to Flagstaff.
Yeah,
that type of stuff.
They're trying to build a regional.
So they want to be the Arizona, Nevada.
But why would? And this is my thing: is why would the Diamondbacks? Why would, if they want to come, go to Colorado? Why would the Rockies?
Right.
Like, why would some of these teams allow the A's to come in some of their state? New Mexico, I guess you can go to New Mexico. But why would some of these places allow the A's to come in?
I don't know. Kyle, maybe you understand it better than I do. To me, I look at it and go, that doesn't make any sense.
All
That's
right.
really stupid.
I got the map up here. I'm looking at the map where
It's
Vegas
the Cubs and the
is
A's in
situated.
Elko. Don't miss it.
Where Vegas is situated. You got Arizona right there. You got Utah right there. So I think that's what they're talking about. They're trying to get the reach in there. And it's only 8 games. It's not like I don't think they're trying 5 different cities. That's 2 series.
I don't know what it is. Like Jay says, Arizona, there's already a team laying claim to that territory.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know either. It doesn't make sense.
You go to Reno, you go to Utah, you go to New Mexico.
There you go. And I think what the thing about the A's in their situation is nothing makes sense. Like, this is all new. This is all they're operating on a different level than every other Major League Baseball team. They are the guinea pig, the local carnival. You know what I mean? It's not the state fair. It's the one carnival that comes through. That's, out
in the Sunrise Mall parking lot.
Right, exactly. That's what the Oakland A's are. That's what they're not the big draw, the state fair. They're that local carnival where the rides are a little rickety and, not as safe, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. No, but seriously, that's what they are.
John Shea from the Chronicle interviewed a bunch of experts on this whole move to Vegas. He talked to a guy named Andrew Zimbalist, who's a sports economist and professor at Smith College in Massachusetts. Here's what he said about the move, not this specifically, the 8 game somewhere else, but about the move. He said, quote, "I don't see this as a promising project at all. Enormous challenges are in front of the A's. Fisher has not endeared himself to anybody in this process. If they do go forward with the plan to play in Sacramento for 3 years, it'll be a major economic hit for him also. I think it's tough. If I had to make a prediction, Las Vegas is not going to happen."
Dang.
Whoa.
Not going to happen. Wow.
But you know that it's sad.
Doomed. That's what it sounds like.
Music to my ears.
Yes, that would benefit Sacramento.
Music to my ears.
Yeah, the A's coming to Sac. Maybe they will stay. How about Zach LaVine?
Yes.
What is Zach LaVine, you call him? Is he coming to town?
Zach coming to Sac. Bring Zach to Sac.
All right, we'll find out how likely that is from Darnell Mayberry, Bulls beat writer with the Athletic, next on Sactown Sports.
Our first year as the radio home of the San Francisco 49ers is one we will never forget.
Going deep down the sideline for Aiyuk. He's got it, and he's gone. 10, 5, touchdown! San Francisco! Aiyuk is on fire!
Congratulations to the 49ers on a terrific year. And thank you for so many wonderful memories.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
I'm surprised at how many players wait too long to have their golf clubs regripped. I'll pick up my playing partner's clubs when they're left near the green, and that's when I notice that some of the problems in their games could be attributed to worn golf grips. If yours are shiny or worn when you play, you're probably gripping the club too strongly for fear of losing it during a swing. The golf grip is your connection to the club, and fresh grips let you hold the club lightly, promoting proper swing mechanics and swing action. Many of us simply replace the grips with the same product that was on the club, but with so many different types of materials, colors, tackiness, softness, and more, you'll find plenty of sizes and colors to fit your game and your personality. Your local pro shop or club fitter can re-grip your clubs, or you can purchase a kit and do it yourself. Either way, re-gripping once a year is an inexpensive and fast way to bring a noticeable change to your game and to give your clubs that new club feel. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Jerry and Kenny here from Bell Brothers. And if you've even thought of replacing your old, outdated, inefficient windows, now is the time to take action. Right now at Bell Brothers, when you buy one window, you'll get the second one for 30% off. That's right. Buy one, get the second one 30% off. That's real savings, up to $6,000. You have to buy at least 4 windows to qualify, and you can't mix windows and doors. But beyond that, every second window is 30% off. For example, when you buy 10 windows, you will get 5 windows at 30% off. We also have 0% interest financing available for qualified buyers. Call for details. To take advantage of our buy one, get one 30% off sale, call Bell Brothers now at 916-444-1234 or find us online at theNoSurpriseGuys.com.
The No Surprise Guys, Bell Brothers.
Swing into summer at the Golf and Guitars Music Festival, June 24th and 25th at Hagen Oaks Golf Course. On June 25th, enjoy the live performances Under the Stars from Craig Campbell, Corey Kent, Love and Theft, plus Ashley Cook, Mark Willis, and more. It's not just about great music and golf. It's about giving back. Proceeds go to charities supporting youth, those with disabilities, and our veterans in the greater Sacramento region. Tickets start at just $40. Don't miss out on these great nights for a great cause. Get your tickets now at golfandguitars.com.
My good friends, Dr. Jack Friedlander and Dr. Pash in Roseville and in San Francisco are offering not only confidence, not only security, but also the ability, if you ain't insecure, to go from the roster to the all-star team. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about UpsizeMatters.com. Time after time, vote after vote, circumference, or as we call it, girth, is consistently ranked as the most important attribute. And Dr. Jack and Dr. Pash can give you a free consultation. The procedure can be done on the same day as your consultation with immediate results. It's non-surgical. It's virtually pain-free, safe, effective, long-lasting, semi-permanent, and doctor-performed. For more information, go to UpsizeMatters.com. Go to UpsizeMatters.com. Make that change. Make the all-star team. Get your girth on.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
Take it on the local level.
Live and local, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., Monday through Friday.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, Sactown Sports. The only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Sactown Sports.
Let me just get this out of the way real quick. Somebody on the text line is saying about the A's story we just talked about. Oh, yeah. Fake news, at least cite your source instead of making stuff up about the A's. I named the sources, the Nevada Independent and the San Francisco Chronicle, okay? I named the sources. We're not making this up, all right? Deal with it. All right?
They coming for you.
Yeah. You know, it's a great publication in addition to those is The Athletic.
Oh, yeah.
I can't imagine not having a subscription to The Athletic and trying to do something like this or just being a fan.
No, they do a great job. Mm-hmm. Writers all around the country.
Yeah, yeah. They've got a fine one in Chicago. Nice enough to join us. He's the Bulls beat reporter for The Athletic. Darnell Mayberry. How are you today, Darnell? Is Darnell there? Do we have Darnell? Hello, Darnell.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you now.
Yeah,
can you hear me?
I got you.
Good to go. Thank you. Sorry about that. Appreciate your time. Look, we've been talking a lot about maybe Zach LaVine coming to Sacramento. We don't know what the level of interest is here. Kyle Draper is really hoping he's got Zach LaVine at the top of his trade wish list. What can you tell us about how likely Zach LaVine is to be available, and what can you tell us about reports out of Chicago that his price tag may be dropping a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, he's been available for the last few seasons, and I think he's sort of taken exception to that because he feels like he's poured his heart and soul into this franchise, and I agree with him. He has. It just hasn't led to team success at a level that anyone's been happy with. I think he's now 7 seasons in, and they've made the playoffs one time. So it's not so much that Zach LaVine isn't a great fit here or, his time's run out. It's just a matter of things with Zach being one of the main characters. It just hasn't led to team success, and it seems like it's time for a new direction. And so I do believe that the Bulls will do all that they can to make him available and shop him this summer and try to get the best package that they can for him.
Darnell, what's up, man? It's Drapes here, man. What would you say about Zach, the locker room guy? What kind of teammate is he? You know, when I watch the Bulls play and I watch Zach, I don't see a lot of smiles from him. I don't see a lot of joy in the game, but, you know, I'm not studying them, you know, around the clock. What can you tell me about Zach and just, you know, the teammate that he is, locker room guy that he is?
Great teammate by all accounts. He had a great relationship with Kobe White, longest tenured teammate, the Bulls, with this current Bulls roster. When DeMar DeRozan came in, we were all wondering how that was going to look, how it was going to work. And it's worked incredibly well in terms of those two and playing well off of each other. Again, the team success is the issue, but they had a good relationship by all accounts. Everything that I could see being around them most days and on most game nights. So no one really spoke bad about Zach as a teammate. The questions that come up are about Zach on the court and whether his style fits or meshes with, you know, a more of a team-centered focus. And so that is the biggest question that has followed him, especially these last few seasons when they haven't been making the playoffs or having a great amount of team success. And so I think that's the question that's going to continue to follow him until he's able to show that he can help lead a team to deep into the playoffs.
That's Darnell Mayberry, the Bulls beat writer for The Athletic. Darnell, just to clarify, make sure we understand what you're saying. We know that during Zach's time there, the Bulls have acquired some good players. Are we talking about his ability to adjust to maybe a lower usage rate? Has that been an issue for him on the court, to just adjust and not having the ball in his hands as much as he was accustomed to?
Zach will tell you he can play in any style, and that's you know, a strength that he feels he possesses. One of the things that the Bulls have tried to do is get him to become more of a catch and shoot player, and just be able to play and be effective off the dribble. Zach likes the ball in his hands, and when you got DeMar DeRozan and Nikola Vucevic and an emerging Kobe White, who finished second in most improved player behind Tyrese Maxey, that's going to take away a lot of opportunities from others, or, you know, Zach better be able to deliver. And this is the third time I mentioned team success, because the Bulls are so accustomed to winning, you know, from the historical perspective, and people in this city, that's all they care about. They want to get back to championship level roster, and they just haven't been able to do that with Zach LaVine. And for whatever reason, it's also injuries as well to the other players who've come in. So, you know, it's a lot of issues, but, you know, Zach is still a talented player, and you don't really hear people talk about that being the issue.
Is this the year, Darnell, that they finally break it up, move either Zach or Vucevic?
I don't think so, but they're also stuck a little bit because they're up against the tax, and they also have hit their ceiling several seasons now. And so at what point do you decide we're going to go in a different direction? To me, that time was 2 seasons ago. You know, when Lonzo Ball went down and they got beat in the playoffs pretty bad by Milwaukee in the first round in a 5-game series. The writing was on the wall. They wanted to give it another chance. But now, because you let it go so long, you're having to make these decisions about Zach LaVine first and foremost, and then maybe DeMar DeRozan doesn't re-sign. What are you going to do with Nikola Vucevic? And so on. You know, Alex Caruso is another name that has a lot of interest around the league. And so these are all decisions that they have to make, knowing that this team as currently constructed is not an even playoff caliber team. Forget championship level. They're not even making the playoff.
Yeah, we're catching up with Darnell Mayberry from The Athletic. He covers the Bulls. Wanted to ask about Zach LaVine. And I know, again, we may be getting ahead of ourselves. We're just wondering about Zach LaVine as a possible fit here. One of the things that some people say the Kings could use is some positional versatility. Zach LaVine, with his size, he's played a little point. He's played some small forward. Would you say at this point, based on what you know and assuming health, that he's a guy that can give you a little bit of positional versatility?
A little bit. The defensive end is where, you always want to make sure that Zach is buying in and giving his all on that end. I think offensively, there's not much that you have to worry about with Zach. Decision making, I think, down the stretch has been one of his bugaboos and sore spots. And so if you're looking for him to have the ball in his hands in those moments, he's been able to make better decisions. He's had opportunities to make better decisions in the past in those situations. But he's going to do whatever he can to win games. That is the thing that I'll say about Zach LaVine, is that he wants to win, and he does everything he can to win. My question is whether Zach can do it in sort of a team-centered way, or if he needs to do it his way. And that's the biggest thing about Zach, in my opinion.
Darnell Mayberry joining us here on the Drive Guys, Sactown Sports, 1140. Darnell, what about my boy Alex Caruso? Is he their most prized possession right now? It seems like everybody and their mom want to trade for Alex Caruso.
Yeah, when you look at what he brings, the versatility, you talk about positional versatility and flexibility. That's Alex Caruso in a nutshell, and just going out there and doing anything that the team needs on any given night. And he'll guard anyone from point guard to center. He doesn't care. And then he's on one of the best contracts in the league. And so from that standpoint, he is an incredible asset. You can understand to an extent why the Bulls have been reluctant to move him because of all that he brings. But again, when you put that up against the fact that the team hasn't succeeded and hasn't gone anywhere, their plans haven't played out as they hoped that they would have, you wonder at what point do you want to get value for your best asset as opposed to letting him, kind of rot away and you're not going anywhere in the playoffs. So it's going to be interesting which direction the Bulls choose this offseason. I still think they're going to hold on to most of these guys, but there's going to come a time where they're going to have to make a decision. I don't know if it's going to be before the season, maybe it's at the trade deadline, but Alex Caruso brings a ton. And he is a highly, highly sought after player.
Darnell, we've been trying to guess what the Kings will do with the 13th pick. A lot of people are saying that they're aggressively shopping that pick. But the Bulls have pick number 11. What's your best guess here? What's your sense of what the Bulls are looking to do at the 11th spot in the draft?
Yeah, probably they're available and try to extend some of their wing depth. We've seen them do that the last two drafts where they actually moved up and got a pick to take Julian Phillips early in the second round, and then before that, Dalen Terry in the first round. So their player prototype is proven. Even Arturas Karnisovas' first pick, Patrick Williams. They're looking for 6'7", 6'8" forwards who can play multiple positions. So I think whoever is on the board at 11. I think that's probably the direction we'll see them go.
Darnell, before I let you go, man, Patrick Williams, what's the deal with him? Is he going to be restricted? And what's his future there?
We're interested. We're definitely interested.
You guys want Zach and Pat, huh?
Yeah.
No, Pat's a pretty good player, man. He's got a lot of potential. And, he's still trying to put it all together. I think the Bulls want to keep him. I'd be surprised at this point, if they let him go. I think they still know that he's got a bright future, but he's got to do better in terms of bringing energy every night, being able to be effective every night, be able to rebound and things like that consistently. So while he's got a ton of talent in terms of defending and going out there and being a spot-up three-point shooter, there's some other areas in terms of consistency that he needs to work on.
Thank you very much for your time, Darnell. Can we ask before you go, who's going to win the finals?
Oh, I'd be silly if I picked against Boston, right?
There you go.
I think it's going to be a really great series, though.
Yeah. All right, sir. We appreciate it very much. Thank you for your time. Hope to talk to you soon.
Take care, guys.
All right, man.
Yeah. There you go. Finally, with some sense. How do you pick against Boston? Thank you.
Going against your Celtics, right? At least for this series.
You know me. I love the green. I love the King green. Always love that little leprechaun. When we come right back, the case against Zach LaVine. How does he fit into Kings' needs? And also some of the things JaVale McGee had to say yesterday about what the Kings need when we come right back to Sactown Sports.
At Ashton & Price, we get injury victims to yes. Experience, yes. Ashton & Price has been around for over 25 years. No more insurance companies? Yes. Our clients focus on getting better, and we handle all the rest. Results? Yes. We've collected over $100 million for injury victims. No fee until we win? Yes. Our clients pay nothing until we win. Ashton & Price, the best at getting to yes. Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Woo! Thanks to Darnell Mayberry for joining us from The Athletic. Drapes, I hate to say it, I'm out on Zach LaVine now.
Yeah, dude, that's you, man. You flip-flop, dude. Tell me why now.
Just the way he answered your questions, and it kind of confirms some of the things I thought I knew about Zach LaVine. First of all, the positives, he's like, teammates do not have a problem with Zach LaVine.
Here you go.
Zach LaVine wants to win.
There you go.
He plays hard.
Exactly.
That's great.
That's exactly what we need.
But then it's a question of, can he fit into a team game or does he have to do it his way? And it would be such a risk to bring him in, even if you didn't have to give up a lot to get him, because you're paying him so much money. That'd be a tough one to pivot off of.
Nah, I think Zach LaVine's at a stage of his career. He's 29 years old. He's been in losing situations. I argue that, the reason why it hasn't worked is because he's been in two dysfunctional situations. Minnesota, when he was there, they weren't about winning. They weren't about doing anything. Chicago, all that talent, and they still can't get over the hump. And you heard Darnell say it. It's not Zach's fault. I mean, no point guard, really. Lonzo Ball injured. What's up with Billy Donovan, the coaching? I think Zach's at a point now where he's okay not being the man. Mm-hmm. The man. I think he comes in. And let's also remember, De'Aaron Fox from a bat is not an alpha. De'Aaron Fox is not a me kind of player, meaning he's not giving up the rock or he wants to get his 25 shots a night or anything like that. I think Zach LaVine fits in perfectly alongside De'Aaron Fox. And I would argue, too, playing alongside Domantas Sabonis, Zach LaVine would get some of the more open shots he's ever gotten in his career.
That could be. I'm also influenced by this. Now, I'm not familiar, frankly, with Zach Buckley, Bleacher Report.
Nah, that's a fan site, though, right? That's a fan.
It's on the internet, so it's gotta be good.
All right, whoever this clown is, what's his name? Zach Buckley.
Zach Buckley.
What'd he say?
He says that Sacramento would be the worst possible fit for Zach LaVine. Kings named worst fit to trade for Bulls Zach LaVine. Here's what he says: whether he's a gardener or a professional writer, bus driver. Here's what he says. Would they add LaVine and bump him atop the offensive pecking order over De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis? If that feels like an obvious nope, that's because it is. LaVine is way too much of a defensive liability, way too expensive, and too ball dominant to utilize as a number 3, or depending on Keegan Murray's development, maybe number 4 next to Sacramento Stars. LaVine could be worth taking the risk on, except for the fact that he is guaranteed over $89 million the next 2 seasons, with a third-year player option worth nearly $49 million after playing just 25 games this season, averaging 19.5 points. LaVine nowhere near worth that much money, and the Kings taking on that contract would be disastrous. He writes. I don't know that it would be. It certainly could be. That's the thing. I know the Kings have to assume some risk. This would be a big risk for a guy that has not been able to find an ideal spot.
Dude, come on, Whitey. Zach Buckley. Is it Z-A-C-H?
I believe it is. Let me check.
That's a Substack, Drapes.
No, I'm just saying.
Get that out of here, man.
Nah, hold on, Jay. I'm going somewhere with this. Let me cook
Z-A-C-H.
Zach Buckley, NBA. I found him on Twitter.
Okay.
Looks like he follows me.
Look at that.
Had no idea.
I knew he was a smart guy.
NBA columnist, Bleacher Report.
He's probably listening right now.
Nah, but he's based out of South Florida. So we got this dude that's never been to a Kings game telling me his opinion that Zach LaVine wouldn't be a...
I don't care if he's ever been to Golden One. What did he say that's wrong?
Dude, I don't care what he says.
Well, why
He's not going to... Because I'm with the team every day. I've called Zach LaVine's games. I've been around Zach LaVine. I'm not going to give this guy, no offense, Zach Buckley,
he's going to unfollow
He's
you.
no expert. I'm not going to bow to, oh, man, Zach Buckley said this, so I got to be out on him. Zach Buckley is
Who
the
cares who he
arbiter.
is?
This is one guy's opinion, Whitey.
Where is he wrong? If he's that ridiculous, tell me
Once
where
you
he's
said
wrong.
it was Zach Buckley, I tuned out, big fella. What did he say? I think Zach is not coming here to be an A1, to be the main guy. I think also one of the things we talked about with Fox and Sabonis is, can they be the star player on the championship team? And if they can't, why can't Zach LaVine? If he's coming here to be a number one, what's wrong with that?
Because he's too ball dominant, potentially. That could be a problem. That could be the big problem with the fit. You have to admit, maybe not, but you have to admit that could be an issue.
Dude,
you can't sit there and go, nope, it's not going to be a problem. I know it.
Dude.
You may be right. It may be a great fit, but that's a concern.
Whitey, I'm 100%. I know this for a fact. This is, and it's my opinion, but I'm a state it as fact. The systems that Zach LaVine has been in are totally different than what it is in Sacramento. What's the Sacramento Kings system?
It's player movement, ball movement, passing game.
Equal opportunity. There you go. Zach LaVine's not going to come in here and be like, I want to dribble. What you bring Zach LaVine in for is for late game buckets. Take some of the pressure off the Air Fox. And I said it before. The looks that Zach LaVine will get at this stage of his career, he's 29, he'll have some of the best looks of his life.
He will, but will anybody else get a look? If Zach LaVine has the ball all the time. Let's see what, is this Rachel on Sactown Sports? Thanks for calling, Rachel. What can we do for you?
Well, I wanted to put my 2 cents in. I'm with you, Whitey. I wouldn't bring Zach LaVine here. He's coming off a foot surgery, and before that he had an ACL surgery. I'm worried about the health problem, and that's all I got to say, guys. Go Kings.
Rachel. All right, Rachel.
Nice.
You can't do that, Rachel. You can't come in, drop something,
she scores.
And then roll out.
Yeah, she did.
She rolled out before I got a chance to push back. All right, if it's not Zach, tell me who you're going to get. Give me somebody else. If it's not Zach, give me somebody else.
I can't find anybody I want, but
Exactly.
I would pursue I'm sorry, the forward Jeremy Grant before I'd pursue Zach LaVine.
So you back on Jeremy Grant?
Now, that's what
I
I'm
need
saying. This
somebody.
guy-
Nobody is a good fit. That's the problem.
Exactly.
Nobody's a good fit.
So what are we going to do then?
I don't know.
Kuzma
doesn't fit.
Kuzma can't hold a candle to Zach LaVine
I think
in this
Kuzma's
offense.
a better player.
No, not in
Zach
this
LaVine.
offense. No, you look at Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine just shared the ball with DeMar DeRozan and Vucevic. Kyle Kuzma's been the A-man, the dog, all his life out there in Washington. He's not going to. Zach LaVine has already proven he could play alongside. Look at the numbers right here, Whitey.
Look at the numbers, how many games he played.
2019-20, Zach LaVine took 20 shots per game. 2021, 19.4. 2022, 17.7. So he's adjusted and adapted this year, and I know it was a shortened season, 25 games, 15 shots per game. And I feel like at the age and the number of years played, he's at a point where winning is most important.
Then why don't they want to keep him?
Because
Can't afford him.
They can't afford. Like they're trying to hit the reset button. I think they're trying to get younger right now. Because they've plateaued. They're one of those teams that are just good enough to be playoffs play in, but not good enough to challenge.
But Darnell Mayberry just told us, I don't think they're going to do that. He just
That's
said
crazy.
that.
That has nothing to do with Zach LaVine. That's just bad management there.
But then he kind of say it kind of towards like, and he said it 2 years ago. The bullshit
That's
he
his
did,
opinion.
broke it
Yeah,
down.
that's what he said.
So
Yeah.
they're 2 years too late on his watch.
How about EJ on Sactown Sports? Hello, EJ. How are you?
Gentlemen, hey, it's great to be with you guys back again. Whitey and Drapes, I want to give you some flowers really quick. That was probably a casual JaVale McGee interview, and you guys turned it into a mini Cat Williams session. Nice work.
I appreciate that, baby. Okay. Wow. That's a good thing. All right.
You pulled the curtain behind a little bit in a very, very valuable way. And you know what my takeaway was from that, guys? He basically says, you need to go Carmichael, Dave's friend. We need more girth and more growl on the team, basically. Anyway, Zach LaVine, man, he would be a good get. He's not whole dog, but he's got some skill. I think he has enough snarl to get us going on there. What do you guys say?
Thank you, EJ, for the call. I think.
Yeah. I think, right?
Drapes and I are a little bit at odds again.
Yeah, we're at odds. Here's the thing about Zach. And, you mentioned there's no perfect candidate. There's nobody that checks all the boxes, perfect contract, perfect amount of dog, can shoot the three, can defend at a high level. Zach LaVine would be one of the pieces. And when you've been in Chicago, when you've been in Minnesota, you've been in losing situations, at some point in your career, you say, you know what? Winning is the most important. And I feel Zach LaVine is at that point, Whitey. Mm-hmm. And he wanted to play here. He signed an offer sheet with Zach. He wanted to come here and be a part of the Sacramento Kings. Now you got the best passing big man in the league in Domas. You got De'Aaron Fox, who's a willing sharer of the ball. I mean, we need Zach LaVine.
I know they'll share it. The question is, will he? And it's just the way he plays. Are you in or out on Zach LaVine? 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Also, want to know if you agree with this stark look at the Kings' pre-draft needs, and what'd you think of JaVale McGee when he ran down what the Kings need yesterday? It's all coming up with the Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Kyle Draper. Drapes here for Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. We know Northern California has gorgeous weather, and I tell you what, this weather is prime for car shopping. How about a road trip in a newer pre-owned Mercedes-Benz? My friends at Mercedes-Benz of Stockton, they do a pretty cool job. They are the dream makers. They make their living outfitting people like you and I with the finest car in the world. Mercedes-Benz of Stockton's gorgeous new dealership, and you got to go check out their gorgeous new dealership, Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. It's only a half hour from Sacramento, straight down I-5. It has a huge selection of brand new and pre-owned Mercedes vehicles. They've also got an amazing commercial van center. So if you own a small business, their commercial van center can outfit you with Sprinter vans that can haul anything. And you can qualify for very generous tax breaks if you use it for your business. It's Kyle Draper from Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. Go check them out anytime online at mbofstockton.com.
This segment is brought to you by Kia of Vacaville. Check them out at kiavacaville.com.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Gabby.
Hey, Gabby. It's Jennifer Coolidge. Hi. I'm so glad I reached you at 2 a.m.
Oh, of course. Anyone with a Discover card can call and talk to a real person 24/7. Now, how can I help?
Yeah, I used my Discover card to buy these yellow pleather pajamas, and I'm just not sure I'm pulling them off.
24/7 U.S.-based customer service. It pays to Discover. Limitations apply. Learn more at discover.com/creditcard.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for up to half the cost. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Savings based on cost of Consumer Cellular single line 1, 5, and 10 gig data plans with unlimited talk and text compared to lowest cost single line postpaid unlimited talk, text, and data plans offered by T-Mobile and Verizon January 2024.
Ooh, ma. What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud phone system. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs. You sound very calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees. Ooma. Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
Do you have unfiled tax returns or being threatened by the IRS that your wages are about to be garnished or bank accounts are going to be levied? You need an ally. Allies Tax Relief has professionals ready to fight for you. Their enrolled agents, tax attorneys, and CPAs have saved millions of dollars for taxpayers just like you. They won't just resolve your tax problems. They'll most importantly protect your wages, bank accounts, and all your assets from being taken by the IRS. Call for a free consultation. 800-230-5174. 800-230-5174 or go to alliestaxrelief.com.
Capital Casino has been serving the greater Sacramento area in the same convenient downtown location for over 20 years, with plenty of close-by, well-lit parking monitored by security staff and offering the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Best food, best service, and the best action. That's Capital Casino. For more information on tournaments and gaming, check out their website at capital-casino.com. And please remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Guys, live and local, every afternoon, Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
Is this No Doubt?
It is.
It is. What you know about that?
No doubt Zach LaVine's a bad fit here. Do you know, I stumbled across this. A player that apparently worked out for the Kings last week. And it's somebody that's not on anybody's. Yeah, here's a story here from Yahoo. Held workouts for the Kings and the Clippers. Supposed to work out for the Bulls yesterday. And he was a star in Nebraska. Kisei Tominaga. And he's not expected to be drafted. Do you remember him?
I don't know. Yeah.
College? Yeah. So he's a 6'2" guard, plays with a ton of energy. And he's from Nagoya, Japan. You know, we were wondering, who have the Kings been working out? This is one of the guys that worked out, but a lot of people think, oh, well, that's somebody that they might want to sign after the draft.
Yeah, that's a camp invite or something like that. Yeah.
Keisei Tominaga.
Never heard of him.
Yeah.
All right.
So who knows what the Kings are up to. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Hang on. Here's Mitch in New Jersey on Sactown Sports. Hello, Mitch. How are you?
Good. How you guys doing? Fancy Seatbelts. I heard all the lines, long time. Yeah. Well, across, Anyway, I think we have enough on the 6'3" guards and shorter. I think let's kind of stay away from that. But
yeah, that's a good call. I agree with that.
If we don't get Zach, and it doesn't cost a lot, what about we just keep Monk, sign free agent Anthony Melton, and I know you can't get everything right.
Right.
He's a free agent. Ingram's teammate.
Valanciunas?
Jonas
Valanciunas.
Valanciunas.
Yeah.
And I'm very curious of who they're going to sign at 13 and the second round picks too.
All right, thank you,
I'm
Mitch.
very curious.
Yeah, appreciate it.
All right, Mitch.
Can't keep Monk. You'd love to keep Monk. DeAnthony Melton is like,
that's your guy. You like him, right?
Love that.
Yep.
Till next week.
Thank you, Jay.
I've been consistently from day one on board with DeAnthony Melton. Valanciunas is another guy. It's like, I'm not going to go there and I'm not going to play. That's probably not all.
Nah, that's not.
And he's going to
Where's he
also
gonna play?
need more money.
Yeah, need more money. Not a good fit. No, he's not the guy.
He's not.
He's not the guy. Zach LaVine, though.
I hope you're right.
Dude.
You have to admit, you won't. I know how you get.
What do you mean?
Like,
I always admit when I'm wrong.
You're just never wrong, right?
Why you always
lying? This one.
What are the risks
for Zach LaVine?
Yeah, I've already said what I've said, so it's not like I'm going to say, you know how I feel.
I don't see.
You're not going to say there are no risks.
No, I mean there are, but I just don't see it. Because I fully believe he'll fit in. Like, so to me, that's not a risk. I guess the risk would be injury situation. That's the big risk, right?
Sure.
How many games is he going to play? That could be, he's coming off, like our caller,
what Rachel
said, coming off the injury, the foot injury. That would be a concern. That's something I definitely look at. But from a basketball standpoint, it makes too much sense to me. We need another top tier scorer. We need another bucket getter. when the offense bogs down, and Darnell said it, Zach, maybe too much one-on-one ball. Well, we actually need more one-on-one players. We need more ISO players. Look at the Boston Celtics. Their two best players are ISO players.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the Dallas Mavericks.
System is set up for that.
Look at the Dallas Mavericks. Their two best players. Look at the Denver Nuggets. Jamal Murray, late in games, gets in his ISO bag.
You need players who are capable of doing that. I agree.
Right. That's all I'm saying. We don't have enough guys that can get in their bag. And when the offense breaks that, we are too reliant on the offense.
Speaking of what the Kings need, we know JaVale McGee had some things to say about that yesterday. We'll get to that. This was from The Ringer. The Ringer looking at not just who teams are going to pick, but what every team needs going into the draft. They have this for the Kings. Do you agree or not? They need, says, defensive anchor, positional versatility, which is why I asked, and on-ball defense. Says the Kings haven't finished the season with an above-average defense since 05-06. Let's see. The current iteration of the team will always have problems with Domas, but a subpar rim protector in the middle. Kings could be in trouble on the offensive end, too, if Malik Monk finds a bigger payday elsewhere in free agency. So you look at this like, man, well, they need a lot at both ends. Do you agree with that? Defensive anchor, positional versatility, on-ball defense?
When they say defensive anchor, I think of a big. I don't think we need a defensive big because how do you pair him with Sabonis? It would be nice, yes, but who's that guy? Like Rudy Gobert and Sabonis? You don't, so it's not a defensive big anchor. I do think you need some sort of shutdown defender. When I look at the Pelicans of the world with Herb Jones, I need somebody like that.
Now, Zach LaVine is not that.
He's not that, but you address that at the forward position. I mean, I'm thinking of you address that in the draft. To me, Zach LaVine is just one piece. You address that with your mid-level exception. Anthony Melton is a great on-ball defender. You go out there and get somebody with that. I mean, and the problem is, though, those guys don't grow in trees, though. It's not, Boston got Drew Holiday and Derek White. They're one of the few teams with multiple ones that you could throw at. You're not getting an Alex Caruso. The reason I bring up Zach LaVine, Whitey, is because these are realistic trade targets.
No, I understand that. I appreciate
that's
that.
why I'm not, pie in the sky, go out there and get, some lockdown defender that the team just isn't going to trade.
Like you said, Ingram was not on your list.
Right.
Ingram's not.
Yeah, Ingram's not.
Doesn't appear to be realistic.
It's not going to be realistic. And so I don't know, man. Now, if you could, I would say this. If you could get a Marcus Smart, and I think his value might be kind of low, I don't think you'd have to, can you imagine, you got Fox, LaVine, Smart, and Malik? That would be one of the most amazing backcourts in the league. And so I think Zach LaVine is just a piece. He's not a check all the boxes kind of guy. He's just a piece.
Well, Marcus Smart would certainly check one of the boxes that JaVale McGee mentioned yesterday when he came in and told us about what he thinks the Kings need.
I say it all the time, man. I really do. It's a different mentality of, I feel like here at SAC, we have a lot of nice guys, a lot of good guys, and people put bad raps on the bad guys. But sometimes you need about one or two bad guys on the team. Definitely some over the edge guys for a team like this. We got a lot of good guys, like I said. And you need some guys, for example, and this doesn't really have to do anything with the NBA, but more the WNBA. You see what's going on with Caitlin Clark, right? Yeah. You see how that girl knocked her over, and then her teammate came and just picked her up.
So he's definitely talking about a guy like Marcus Smart.
Yeah. And Marcus Smart would be a perfect fit here. And, here's the thing. JaVale was in the locker room. He was part of the team. And for him to say we got a lot of nice guys, but we need some dogs, that should go right to Monty's ears. That's what we've been talking about. Like, I love our team. I love our guys. But we need somebody that, leads with force, leads with a little to him. And, we mentioned it, talking about the Pelicans game. Like, the Pelicans walk into our building not scared of us at all. We need somebody that strikes fear in the opposition. They know when they step on the floor against us, they are in for a rough night.
I just think that putting the team together, talent has to be my first objective.
Mhm.
I don't think the Kings are close enough right now where you can go get someone like a Marcus Smart. Not him specifically necessarily, but someone like that who's available, whose skills maybe, I don't think the Kings are close enough, or we're going to plug that guy into what we're doing. I think you have to hope that if you add talent, then some of the needs for other things, like a need for that dog, they become less intense. That's what I think. Yeah, it'd be wonderful to get that guy, but right now I need too many other things more than I need that.
No,
Maybe I'm wrong, but I think that's the case.
This is where I disagree, Whitey. I think you need it all. You know, you look at,
but I can't get it all at once. Is what I'm saying. I got to prioritize.
No, you get the talent, Zach LaVine. You use mid-level on the dog. You use your draft pick on something else. Like, you know, you still can make other trades during the season. We're talking about the 3 or 4 things that they need. And, you know, I'm not going to not get Marcus Smart because the talent isn't there yet. You get Mark, when you get
Marcus
that.
Smart is talented. He's
talented.
He's
Only 30 years old too.
Yeah.
He's still got a couple of good years left. And the thing about Marcus Smart is he is not a box score guy. You're not going to see his impact on whether he went 5 of 7 from 3 range. He does the intangibles, some of the little things. And I look at a team like Denver. You know, we talk about them all the time in their championship. KCP has some dog in him. Aaron Gordon has some dog in him. You know what I mean? And so
that's a mean thing to say after his dog bit him in the face.
Oh, yeah, I know. Sorry about that. But you know, you look at a Boston right now. Drew Holiday has some dog in him. He sure is a quiet guy and everything, but when we say
with it,
he plays with. And when I talk about dog, I'm not talking about a dirty player and anything. I'm talking about a guy that is going to lay it on the line, give his life to get a loose ball, to win a game. That's what the Celtics got, a number of those guys. That's what we need to get.
I'm with you on Marcus Smart. I would take Marcus Smart in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't seen anything that he's available. That doesn't mean
I don't know. Right?
Also, trading with a team that you figure you're probably going to be competing with, you know, that's a little tricky. They're not going to help you, and you don't want to help them. But yeah, I mean, he would be a great fit.
I mean, he's a former defensive player of the year, and I know he only played in 20 games last year, but that was a hand injury. It wasn't necessarily a knee or an ankle or something like that, or a leg where he couldn't come back from. And so I think, you know, if you're Monty, you got a checklist of things you need to do. And while you may not be able to do it all in one fell swoop, like I think over this next year from now until the trade deadline, you need to check at least 3 of these boxes here.
More on the Kings' needs and how they address them next with the Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out SactownSports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, the Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on SactownSports.com.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It's been pretty toasty on this Tuesday. Get ready for more heat. Even overnight lows tonight will drop back into the low 70s. And by Wednesday, we're talking highs in the range of 102 to 105. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Your water heater. Old, rusty, forgotten. We hardly ever even think about them until there's no hot water. Right now, get incredible rebates up to $3,000 off and financing available for as little as $40 a month. Leave it to Bonnie to crank up the heat.
My good friends, Dr. Jack Friedlander and Dr. Pash in Roseville and in San Francisco are offering not only confidence, not only security, but also the ability, if you ain't insecure, to go from the roster to the all-star team. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about UpsizeMatters.com. Time after time, vote after vote, circumference, or as we call it, girth, is consistently ranked as the most important attribute. And Dr. Jack and Dr. Pash can give you a free consultation. The procedure can be done on the same day as your consultation with immediate results. It's non-surgical. It's virtually pain-free, safe, effective, long-lasting, semi-permanent, and doctor-performed. For more information, go to upsizematters.com. Go to upsizematters.com. Make that change. Make the all-star team. Get your girth on.
At the Good Feet store, we take pain very seriously. Whether in the foot, knee, hip, or back, Good Feet makes over 300 styles, flexibilities, and sizes of pain-relieving arch supports. With 26 bones, 30 joints, and over 100 muscles, tendons, and ligaments in each foot, a lot can go painfully wrong. So there's a trained arch support specialist at each Good Feet store to give you a precision fit. Come in for a free fitting and test walk. No appointment necessary. Good Feet arch supports are HSA, FSA eligible.
The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
It's Kyle Draper here to let you know that the famous Bay Area pizza company, Amici's East Coast Pizzeria, has just opened its first location in Sacramento, offering takeout and delivery to the greater Sacramento area. To check out the menu and order online, visit amicis.com and click on the Sacramento banner. As a special deal, all this week, when you enter promo code SAC50 at checkout, they'll give you 50% off any large pizza. So when you want to enjoy half-price pizzas with family and friends this week, use promo code SAC50 at amicis.com, and Amici's delivers.
Hi, I'm Kamiko, the founder of Miko's Hot Chicken. When we started our family restaurant, we were also raising a family. But let me tell you, it wasn't easy. Our Chase Inc. card was there to reward us on all of our business needs. Now we have a thriving location, and we're hungry for more.
With the Chase Inc. Business Unlimited card, you can earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for business. Make more with yours. Real business owners compensated for their participation. Cards issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Listen to this from the text line. We start going one way, then we end up somewhere I didn't expect to end up. From the 530, put your name on it. From the 530, what Whitey fails to realize is that Zach LaVine's career is on the line, similar to when Rondo came to Sac. So I don't like that philosophy of acquisition. Therefore, I think we should trade Fox for a blockbuster.
What the heck? Who's that? He ain't put his name on it, though.
His or her name
too scared.
On it.
Too scared.
Yeah. Do the Kings only pursue LaVine if Malik goes elsewhere? That would be a lot of money going towards the guard positions where there are other needs of the team. Yeah, well, it'd be great if Malik stayed.
Yeah, but I don't know why fans worry about the money so much. Like, the money, this is how you go into the luxury tax, go into the apron, how you compete for championships. You acquire guys, big money contracts. And I understand it'd be different if we were like pursuing big name free agents. If you don't spend that money, you can't use it. So Malik and Zach LaVine are independent of each other, I think.
Yeah, but fans are sophisticated enough to know you spend that much money on a guy like Zach LaVine, and it can limit what other things you do. That's the problem.
What else are the Kings going to do? That's the question. Like, it doesn't limit you from trades. It only limits you in signing free agents.
Mm-hmm.
And are the Kings really going to sign a big name free agent?
No, but you said, and I'm not trying to.
You said,
but you did say that sent me to this list of free agents. You said, get your dog through, the mid-level. So I've just been looking. It's a great idea.
Dogs out there?
I'm not seeing any. Bruce Brown is not really a dog. He's available. Do you like Precious Achiuwa at all? Restricted free agent.
I like Precious as a role player.
Yeah, I
not
don't know.
A starter.
How about, does he have any of that? I know he's big and tough.
I don't know about any dog really.
Restricted free agent, only made $3.1 million from the Knicks.
Yeah.
And other than that, it's like Boban.
Yeah, Boban.
You can go get Boban to be your enforcer. Hey, JaVale said it's got to be
somebody big, right? Got to be somebody big.
Uh-huh.
I got to look this up. Look at the free agent tracker, if you will. What you on, Spot Rack right there? Spo Track or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
We got
2024 free agents.
2024 free
agents. And they list them all, club option, team option,
So
unrestricted everything.
I'm looking at the power forward spot. That's what I'm looking at. How about, and I'm just throwing names out there.
Yes,
I'm not saying
yes.
I want this guy or not. Jeff Green.
No.
I'm just throwing names, Whitey. Don't shoot me down. Don't kill the messenger.
That's why you're asking.
No.
What am I supposed to say?
No, I mean, I'm just saying, Drapes, why would you even mention him? PJ Tucker. I'm just throwing names.
No. He would get a lot of shots in the corner, but no.
Jalen Smith.
Yes.
Ooh.
Not a dog, but yes.
Not a
I love
dog,
Jalen Smith.
but
That is a guy that I've loved
have some upside.
all along.
All right, I'm just going down
But,
the list here.
Team option on him? Is that right? Or he's restricted?
Who are we talking about
Jalen
again?
Smith?
Jalen Smith, player.
Oh, okay. We got that.
Player
He's
option.
ours.
Player option.
Done. Boom.
How about this?
Boom.
This guy's a real dog, James Johnson. He don't even play for the Pacers, but that dude's a dog.
Mm-hmm.
That's a dog. I'm sorry. Not much out there though. Not much out there. Kyle Anderson. Did I say him?
No, you didn't say him.
Not necessarily a dog, but what do you think about that?
He's definitely a steadying influence. He plays.
Mm-hmm.
I think I need more athleticism on my roster. Nothing against him. He's just, literally, they call him slow-mo.
Yeah.
No,
I'm with you. I'm not saying he's the guy.
Well, I was going to say late game execution, but he was on the floor at
he's pretty good.
They were bad at times.
Yeah, pretty good. Miles Bridges. Unrestricted free agent.
Mm-hmm.
Made $7.9 million last year.
Can I afford him?
4-year, $50 million or whatever it is. 4-year, 52.
Let's see. So I'm gonna have to sign and trade.
No, that's the mid-level, 12.9 per year. You use that.
I think I can. I understand. Thank you.
Yeah.
Can I? But other teams are going to want him too.
Yeah, that's the thing. But he comes with some baggage.
Oh,
and so I don't know.
Jay's guy. Jay is the guy that introduced that.
Oh yeah, Jay's brought him up.
See what Ramsey has to say on Sactown Sports. Hey Ramsey, thanks for calling. What's up?
Yeah, no problem, gentlemen. I just called in because I know you mentioned it maybe about 20 minutes ago, talking about Keisei Tominaga from Nebraska.
Yeah.
That dude is a left-handed knockdown shooter. Ooh. I'm pretty sure, like I told Jay, he won the at the Final Four. He won the 3-point competition when they had the 3-point and slam dunk competition at the Final Four.
Really?
He's kind of small.
Yeah, he's listed at like 6.
But
I think he's listed at 6'2", which doesn't mean he's 6'2". Yeah.
Yeah, but he's left-handed, and all he was asked to do in Nebraska was get buckets and shoot threes, and that's what he does. That would be his role anywhere he goes.
All right, thank you, Ramsey. Appreciate that. Ramsey is our college basketball expert.
Yeah, he's our expert. Huh?
Yeah, and Keisei Tominaga. I'm sorry,
we got to know this, Whitey. If he's going to be in camp,
he worked out for the Kings last week apparently, and he's expected to be a guy that maybe somebody signs to a G League contract or something like that.
Sounds like a Brandon Pajinski to me. Sign him up.
Say Brandon Pajinski.
Sign him up, Drake.
Oh man, Jay.
One thing we're doing, we're hunting, we're fishing.
Yeah, we're fishing.
We got
throwing
the
out all
arrow. We got the pellet gun. Anything we possibly can get right now.
Keisei Tominaga. All
right, a shooter, huh?
6'2".
Kind of small.
Mm-hmm.
That's my size. I could get out there.
Big time shooter. Stockton lighting
it up, right?
I'd love to see that.
No, to your point, we're at a point now where we need all the help we can get. You know what I mean? If you can find a diamond in the rough, great. Go out there and find it.
How am I going to trade the pick? What am I doing? Packaging that with something?
Yeah, you're packaging it with something. It's packaging, but what are you going to get?
Mm-hmm. And you really don't want Kuzma? No.
I am all out on Kuzma.
Wow.
Yeah, here's the thing. We talk about Zach LaVine so much, and I like Kuzma's offensive game. I was in on him last year. Kuzma's 28 years old. averaged 18.8 shots last season, 17.8 the season before. So this guy is just now really starting to ascend and become the man on a team. Is he really going to be okay with being a third option?
If he wants to win, he might be. I don't know the answer.
But he already got that, though. He already got the ring, right?
Mm-hmm,
he already won a championship.
He's had in his career with the Lakers, a year where he took 14 shots a game, 11, 14 another year. So, yeah, you're right. Maybe he goes, well, I've done that. I don't want to do that. Or maybe he wants to be on a better team where he understands. And he's not a bad rebounder. Last year was 6.6. He's averaged as much as 8.5 rebounds a game, 7.2. Again, there aren't as many available when you're playing next to Domas. I think he's a better fit than Zach LaVine.
Really?
He can play, I think he can play either forward spot, which on the Kings, he's 6'9". Yeah, he's got a little versatility up front. Got that championship pedigree. I'm not saying he's a dog.
I know, I was about to say. I don't know.
Just for the fashion sense alone. Can you imagine the fun you and Katie would have going, what did he wear tonight?
What's his
Look
fit today?
Yeah.
What's his, the thing about Kuz that, and I'm not sure about, I just don't get what's the word I'm looking for when it comes to him? I don't get the seriousness about basketball. Like, I don't get, it doesn't feel like he wants to get it out the mud. He feels kind of, how should I put this?
He's above that now. I've done that.
Right.
Yeah.
He just seems kind of not soft, but things, I don't know. That doesn't have the grit. Like, I feel like Zach LaVine, when he takes the floor, he's looking to embarrass you. He's looking to get 40. I feel like Kyle Kuzma is looking to make highlights, be on Sports Center. I don't know. I don't know if I'm describing it the right way, but yeah, that's just how I feel.
When we come back, can Kyrie back up his words? Thursday had some interesting things to say about his return to Boston. We'll share them with you. On the Drive, guys, next, Sactown Sports.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sactown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sactown Sports app.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Whitey here, reminding you that not all gas grills are created equal. Bring out all the delicious flavors in your grilled meats with the amazing Napoleon Prestige and Prestige Pro line of outdoor cookers. My Napoleon Stainless Steel Pro Series gas grill has turned me into a grilling pro with features other grills cannot match. They're built different, built better, built to last. Made with premium stainless steel that boasts quality and a lifetime warranty. I may never want to cook indoors again. Napoleon grills and accessories are now available at your nearby Amy's, Ace Hardware in Sacramento, and now El Dorado.
Hello, Sacramento. I'm Emran Pilati, owner of True Sports Cards and Collectible Store here in Rockland, California, and the host of the True Sports Cards Show that airs right here on Sactown Sports 1140 every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m., where we discuss the latest trends, hottest products, and deliver exclusive interviews with other industry leaders. And don't forget to visit our shop, True Sports Cards, at 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland and see what we have for all your sports card and memorabilia needs.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Saving for retirement was tough enough for us.
Yes, and navigating markets can be challenging at times.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we take a disciplined approach with your investments.
Tell us more about that.
We take an active approach to money management, positioning your portfolio for opportunities we see ahead.
So all your clients get the same portfolio?
No, we tailor your portfolio to your individual goals and needs.
What about communication? We don't like being left in the dark.
We check in regularly to keep you informed on the markets and your portfolio.
Which means you'll help us stay on track.
Yes, our goal is your comfortable retirement. And as a fiduciary, we always put your interest first, because we do better when you do better. At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave inviting you to make the switch to electric this spring and save big with American Energy. Stay ahead of those spiking energy bills this summer with up to $9,000 in rebates on a new ultra-high efficiency comfort system. American Energy is providing huge rebates from SMUD as well as spring specials by installing one of many incredibly efficient AC options available to you right now. Get rid of those fluctuating gas bills in the winter and switch to year-round all-electric with American Energy. Let them perform a free in-home energy efficiency analysis and see where they can help you save for the warmer months ahead. These guys are the best. Been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A+ from the Better Business Bureau. Learn more by calling 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your flagship station for the Beam Team.
Should we light the beam? Light the beam, baby.
Sactown Sports. Only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Sactown Sports.
We're almost there. Tomorrow we can say tomorrow will be game one of the NBA Finals, right?
Yes. Yeah, we got to preview that. Look ahead to that.
Almost there.
Man, I can't wait.
Every reason to think it's going to be a great series. You never know.
Never know.
Every reason to think this could be an absolute classic.
A lot of star power in this series.
Yeah, not only that, but also a lot of juice.
Storylines.
Porzingis and Luka, they don't like each other.
Kyrie
and the Boston fans. Kyrie had some interesting things to say about that. What do you think? You were there during some of this, right?
Yeah.
Kyrie says, I think I'm better at consolidating kind of the emotions now or being aware of what it's going to be like. This was after practice yesterday. We call it animosity. We call it hate. We call it it's going to be hell in Boston. I mean, there are real life circumstances going on in the world that are bigger than the basketball, kind of the competitive side of things and answering those questions. But I will say, last time in Boston, I don't think that was the best, not this regular season, but when we played in the playoffs and everyone saw me flip off the birds and kind of lose my bleep a little bit. That wasn't a great reflection of who I am and how I like to compete on a high level. It wasn't a great reflection on my end towards the next generation on what it means to control your emotions in that type of environment, no matter what people are yelling at you.
All right.
What's Kyrie really saying? How is this going to go? How is he going to handle it?
He sounds like a more mature. He's laying the groundwork, saying, that was back then. This is a new day, a new era. There's bigger things. It's just basketball at the end of the day. Trying to downplay it a little bit. What's interesting, my guy John Tomasi, who writes for NBC Sports Boston, wrote an article on the biggest Boston sports villains, like, all time.
So like Jeter and
Jeter,
A-Rod.
A-Rod, exactly. I'm looking at this
Magic,
right
maybe?
here. Let's see here. Number 2, A-Rod, Alex Rodriguez. People hate A-Rod in Boston. Ulf Samuelson, the hockey guy.
Sure.
Number 4, Roger Goodell. Because of the
Oh.
Tom Brady Deflategate and Spygate and all that. Number 5, Jack Tatum. Remember he paralyzed Darryl Stingley, the Patriots player. Pat Riley. Whether it's with the Heat, the Lakers, Pat Riley, Bill Laimbeer. Remember Bill Laimbeer and Larry Bird and Parrish, notable fight. Number 1, Kyrie Irving. He says, recency bias? Nope. Irving forced his way out of Cleveland because he was tired of playing sous chef with LeBron. Even when things were going well in Boston, he presented a self-absorbed know-it-all. I mean, the hate for this guy is going to be real. Like, if I'm ABC who's broadcasting the game, I need a Kyrie cam from the moment he steps on the floor. Like, crank the crowd noise up and everything. I want to hear the reception he gets when he's in Boston.
I'm sure he knows what he's doing.
Yes.
I thought his response to these questions yesterday, very arrogant. And it's as if he's saying, yes, what he's saying, he's not saying, I wish I'd done better. He's saying, I wasn't my best self, but I'm above it, but they're not. That's what he's implying to me. They're not above it, but that's not my fault. So I'm going to be above it. He said, I'm built for these moments to be able to handle circumstances like that. And I've been able to grow since then. So, of course, it's going to be a hectic environment, but I'm looking forward to it. I see it as a healthy relationship that I have with the fans. I almost think about Gladiator just winning the crowd over. It is good to hear the TD Garden silent when you're playing well. They still respect great basketball.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing wrong with it, but if you're a Boston fan, you know how you're going to respond to that.
Yeah. I mean, he's going to get the business.
I'll silence them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I will quiet them down.
He said gladiator
great.
mentality. He's going in there with his hard hat on, his shield and everything, and he's going to get the business, and they're going to give it to him. And so, no, that's some of the zest and pizzazz of this matchup that I'm looking forward to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's going to make it even tougher. If by chance Boston doesn't win, we talked about at the start of the playoffs how Chris Mannix wrote it would be a catastrophe. Yeah, just think, too, if they lost the finals to Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
Boston fans would not be able to tolerate it.
It would be a monumental collapse. It would be a catastrophe. To lose, not only to lose, but to lose to Kyrie, their most hated villain. And I don't know if they would break him up. I don't think, no, they're not going to break them up, but it would be a missed opportunity, one that they would think about for years to come, no doubt. And what's interesting, I was talking to a Lakers fan earlier today, and you asked me about, Banner 18 and everything, and he's like, I'm pulling for the Mavericks so bad. The Celtics can't win banner number 18 and have one more than us. So it's a thing, man. The race for 18 is on.
That is interesting. Yeah. Kyrie says it was just talk about his time in Boston. Just try to imagine how you'd feel about this if you're a Boston fan. He came here. He let us down. He let the team down. Kyrie says, it was just a chapter in my life that I got to enjoy for the most part. We had a great opportunity to do some special things, but I was cut short just based off personal reasons on my end. One thing I look back on my time in Boston, I've said this over the last few years, but remember, somehow it gets tossed under the rug. But the greatest thing I learned from Boston was just being able to manage not only my emotions or just what's going on a day-to-day basis of being a leader, being one of the leaders, and having young guys around you that have their own goals. But you have to learn how to put the big picture first.
What do you?
Celtics fans are not eating that up.
They're not eating. He's not trying to placate them. He's not trying to, make them feel better or anything.
I know.
I will say
he's
this.
Tweaking them while trying to make it sound like he's trying to placate them.
I will say this. When Kyrie was in Boston, he was too young to lead. He didn't know how to be a leader. And, you talk to his former teammates in Boston, and they, say great things about him. But in terms of being a leader, like, he wasn't much of a leader of that organization. He was too immature at the time, too self-absorbed at the time. I don't know what's happening in Dallas. I don't know why it's working out so perfectly for him in Dallas. Has he humbled himself? I don't know. Based on what you're reading, maybe not. But something's changed. Like, seems to be a different person today.
Yeah, he maybe just figured out, all right, I would like to win. This is maybe my last chance.
Right.
You can't force your way out, go to Boston, then go to Brooklyn. And then, okay, he found another major deal. He got his major deal. It's probably his realization. He says some weird things, but I don't think he's a moron. He realized, wow, I got to make this work. And then he got so much help from their front office. Their GM just got an extension.
Oh, yeah, you saw that. Nico got,
brilliant moves.
Yeah,
aggressive.
They were the winners at the trade deadline. They made some brilliant moves, and they wouldn't be obviously where they are without those moves. And I just think, when we look at this matchup, the Celtics have clearly been the best team all season long, but there's something about this Mavs team, man, where they have a belief. For them to go in there and just demolish the Minnesota Timberwolves with the way they did, Boston will be a step up in competition, obviously. But these boys seem hungry, man. The way Luka's barking at fans and, he's become more of
Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, and Rudy Gobert.
Oh, Mitch.
But he's barking more at the fans than the referees now, I feel like. Like, he's taken on that sort of gladiator mentality, us against the world mentality.
That can't go both ways. Somebody's going to assert their dominance in game one,
Yeah, it's the only thing is, and Kyrie knows this, he's been there, going against Boston, going into Boston, it's a different animal.
Yeah.
Not only the crowd, but the way they play. Boston plays with so much force. Jaylen Brown specifically, like, you talk about dogs, they are a team full of dogs. Like, you feel them the entire game. And I'm interested to see how Dallas reacts to those haymakers that the Celtics are going to throw at them.
Kyrie says, I'm looking forward to the challenge on the court against the Boston Celtics and being able to lead my guys.
There it is, my guys. Regulators, mount up, right? Kyrie's in town, so it should be fun. Man.
From the 916 on the text line, I can't stand Kyrie, but also the Celtics beat my Heat. I hope both teams lose.
Well, first ever tie for the NBA championship.
916 says Aaron Boone is the number one hated in Boston. Hey, I don't
know.
He's
up there.
List,
He's up there. No doubt. No doubt.
831. We should make an aggressive push for Smart. He's very valuable to this team given what we need. I say we dangle the first round pick with a player to see if we can get Memphis to bite.
Ooh, would you give up a first rounder?
I wouldn't.
Whitey holding these first rounders like they're gold bullions or something like that. It's not about me. It's I want to hear why you wouldn't. It's dude. Every time we say I want to give up a first round pick, I wouldn't do that. You got to give up something to get something. Yeah. I would, yes, for Marcus Smart.
Marcus Smart,
because
first round pick.
It's probably a late first round pick, lottery protected first round pick, something heavily protected that'll.
I don't want to give Memphis a first round pick. From the 916, Miles Bridges, literally the best basketball fit on this roster.
I do like the player. I do like tough, hard-nosed, can score, get buckets, power forward. Yeah, I like the player.
Yeah, and another texter asks, how do I put my name on it? We will answer that when we come right back. Right, guys. Sactown Sports.
At the Good Feet store, we take pain very seriously. Whether in the foot, knee, hip, or back, Good Feet makes over 300 styles, flexibilities, and sizes of pain-relieving arch supports. With 26 bones, 30 joints, and over 100 muscles, tendons, and ligaments in each foot, a lot can go painfully wrong. So there's a trained arch support specialist at each Good Feet store to give you a precision fit. Come in for a free fitting and test walk. No appointment necessary. Good Feet arch supports are HSA, FSA eligible.
The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
I remember as if it were yesterday. I reached down to move a nightstand and was astonished at the weight of the piece. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. At that moment, I instantly recognized the difference between Naturewood's quality furniture that will last a lifetime versus lesser quality furniture found elsewhere. Now, I suppose there's a huge difference in what you'd put in your first apartment and what you would live with in the comfort of your own home. Right now, Naturewood Home Furnishings Made in USA sale is a great time to fill your home with solid, superior quality furniture to reflect your own love for life. With brands like Sam Moore, Stanton, Stickley, Hilltop Hickory, Simply Amish, and many more, Naturewood Home Furnishings has tables, chairs, couches, and, yes, nightstands, and more at their Made in USA sale. Find furniture that will be with you forever. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
The Drive Guys, live and local, every afternoon, Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
Often when someone texts us, we say, put your name on it. Someone's asking, how do I
don't know how to do that.
All we're saying is just sign your text so we can give you credit, or, especially if you're coming after us.
Yeah, just throw your name at the end of the text.
That's all. Yeah. Also, we like to give you credit for some of your texts. That's all. I've heard Alan Stiles saying that. Put your name on it. We appreciate it. By the way, earlier we were talking about C.J. Stroud going after Aaron Rodgers, and you asked the question, do they play each other? Texans face the Jets on Halloween night in New York.
They do in New York at that. It's going to be spicy. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Speaking of quarterbacks, I want to ask you this. The Raiders, Patriots, Broncos, Vikings, and Giants all have to settle on starters. We know that you got mandatory camps opening today.
Got the young quarterbacks.
Does the NFL have a quarterback crisis? Here's some of the quarterbacks competing for these starting jobs. Denver, you got Bo Nix, Jared Stidham, and Zach Wilson. Okay. The Raiders have Aiden O'Connell and Gardner Minshew.
All right.
Patriots, Jacoby Brissett and Drake May. Again, you got a young guy.
Yeah.
Vikings, J.J. McCarthy and Sam Darnold.
Dang.
And the Giants, Daniel Jones and Drew Lock. Competing for the starting job. Is there a problem here? Do we not have enough decent quarterbacks in the NFL? I know some of these, again, I know they're young guys, unproven, and their teams are hoping.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Daniel Jones and Drew Lock.
But and think about it. What's Daniel Jones, the $40 million man, too, and he's not even guaranteed to be a starter, And don't forget Pittsburgh, Russell Wilson and
Justin Fields.
Yeah. So,
but at least both those guys are like, okay,
they're NFL QBs, yeah. But I do think there's a dearth of QBs. Like there's a lack of quality quarterback play. And you look at some of those names you threw out, like this Darnold. It's like
J.J. McCarthy, get another young guy, and Sam Darnold.
I would go with all the rookies. I would go with all just let them play, because I'm not learning nothing by watching Sam Darnold. I'm not backing up Sam Darnold. What's that going to get me? You know what I mean? No offense. Throw. The days of like serving under a veteran quarterback.
Hold the clipboard for a couple years.
Clipboard. That's over and done with.
It is.
Unless you're, a Jordan Love and you got to back up an Aaron Rodgers or somebody like that, a Hall of Fame caliber quarterback. Nowadays, like Denver, my boy Bo Nix should be starting. And I'll throw this at you, Whitey. A lot of these young quarterbacks are older because of COVID, extra year of eligibility and everything like that. So I think they are more prepared to come out there and play right now.
Bo Nix, in Denver.
My boy Bo Nix.
Jared Stidham or Zach Wilson.
Ooh.
Another question is, why is it now that quarterbacks can step right in? That's been one of the biggest changes in the NFL since I've started watching football. There was a time when rookie quarterback, I can think of, like Archie Manning or Jim Plunkett, but it was very rare. For the most part, if you had a rookie quarterback and you let him play, you were just throwing him to the wolves.
Well, Troy Aikman his first year, remember? 1-15. He got hammered.
Now it happens all the time.
All the time.
I asked Phil Simms once, and this was like 12 years ago, something like that. Why is that? He said, I don't know. He said, I think it's because guys now that learn to play quarterback, and they're going to camps like all year long.
Yes.
All year as youngsters are learning how to play the position. I think the rules have to have a lot to do with it.
Rules
too,
for sure.
where it's illegal to tackle a quarterback
Right.
now.
You can't put your hands on a quarterback,
No, you can't even look
basically.
at him.
Yeah.
You can't look at him with a
Give him an angry look and you getting a flag, right?
Yeah.
What about two things, fellas? The money.
Yeah.
You almost have to, you guys talked about the Purdy situation with the 49ers. You pretty much have to find your quarterback, and hopefully they're good the first 3 or 4 years before you have to re-up and have to pay them $200 million almost.
Yeah.
So I think that's part of it. But I also want to say this. One of my pet peeves in sports, I hate the recycling of quarterbacks. It is one of my biggest pet peeves when it comes to sports. I can't stand the fact that we recycle some of the most average quarterbacks, but then guys who were drafted 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th round, free agent, whatever, they're not good enough to outbeat Drew Lock. They can't beat, Jarrett Stidham. Like I can't stand to give some of these dudes opportunities, chances. I'm with you, Drapes. Show some new blood. The recycling of quarterbacks, man, it is something I could talk forever for the next 20 minutes about why I can't stand it.
Why do you think that is, though? Why do you like a quarterback in the NFL seems to be like the best job there is? And I'm not talking even about a starter. Like, I'm talking about the longevity. Like, look at Nick Foles and
Brian Hoyer.
Brian Hoyer's been around forever. Who's my boy, my former Eagles quarterback? I'm drawing a blank. Almost had an MVP season, then got hurt.
Carson
Wentz. Getting shots. Matt Ryan was tied. But seriously, it's like, guys hang around. Jacoby Brissett is still in the league.
He's competing with Drake May for the Patriots starting job.
That's his second stint with Patriots. He done left and then came back.
I think it's because it's so hard to be proficient at it all. Some guys reach a certain level where he's not great, but he can do it.
Right.
We know that, all right, it's like safety is a security blanket almost.
Security, right.
We have that guy here. He's not going to lead us to the Super Bowl, but he's not going to embarrass us mostly.
That's Brian Hoyer right there.
Yeah.
It's
and
a guy.
The other thing is knows the system.
10-2, baby. He's not going to be flashy. He's not going to break the speed limit. He's going to keep his hands on it. 10-2. He ain't going to make the big plays. He's just going to guide the car. And no, man, it's just the nature of the business.
Yeah, but you'd like to think that the people that put the teams together are a little more ambitious, right?
Yeah.
If they got a brighter vision,
right.
than some of these.
Yeah,
teams.
And the thing too is the quarterback position, the starting, is so important. Think about it. Those names you mentioned, some of the veterans, if the starter goes down, do we really have, confidence in Jarrett Stidham to lead us? Like, a team season is over. OVER, over, if their starting quarterback goes down. So to your point, we do have a quarterback problem in the NFL. Why is that though, fellas? Because there's more, training, there's better technology, there's year-long camps. Like, these quarterbacks, like, why can't we find quality quarterbacks nowadays?
Are the quarterbacks just not getting better? Are they maybe never as good as we think? With all the college quarterbacks the last few years that, this Baker Mayfield's going to be the next Brett Favre. Yeah. And, he's had his moments.
He's all right,
but maybe the flaw isn't in him, but maybe it's us just over-evaluating all these guys.
Yeah.
Look at that draft that, Zach Wilson and Fields and Trey Lance.
Yeah. That was a disastrous
Mac
draft.
Mac
Jones.
Take your pick.
Yeah.
That was trading up. There's 3 guys there. We know we're going to get a shot at a great player. Nope.
It can't be like that this year, right? Like, these quarterbacks are good, right? Because you throw out all the names, all the top picks, first-round picks, and it's like, man, they flamed out. This year, some of those guys got a hit, right? Caleb Williams, that's my guy. Some of these Bo Nix, Michael Penix.
Yeah.
These are all my guys, man. So.
Yeah. I do think it's a great point. I think you just made it about the COVID. I think that really set back a lot of these guys in ways that we'll never understand.
I mean, Trey Lance,
maybe they can never really make up for it.
Right, exactly. A number of these guys, lost the year, of training, of playing. And so, no, I agree. And then some of these guys, you look at a guy like Michael Penix coming into the league, he's a man already. It's not a young kid. What is he, 23, I think, or something like that. So he's ready to play. And so I think that COVID year gave guys a chance to refine themselves. But for the players that lost their senior year, lost that final year, it set them back.
Leezy says Kirk Cousins is a perfect example of a recycled QB.
But hold on, Jay. Don't go there. Don't put Kirk Cousins in the Sam Darnold, Jarrett Stidham. Kirk Cousins is a good quarterback. He's a middle-of-the-pack, average quarterback.
Isn't that exactly what Jay's saying?
Yes. No, Jay. Stidham, Darnold, these guys are
about
bums.
The recycled guys.
Yeah, I'm just saying these same guys jump around to 2-3 teams and they get a start. Or, this season, what's the difference between Kirk Cousins starting on Atlanta versus him starting with Washington?
Not much, but
right, that's the point.
No, but if you're
not
Atlanta,
winning anything.
But if you're Atlanta, you've been so bad, you hope to be Minnesota. You hope Kirk Cousins is the same.
So you take the 8-9 season and praise it.
Because you were 13-13 or 13-14 or whatever it was, like 4-13. You were so bad that this is an upgrade for you.
But why not just now? You got more talent this season. You're a little older. Desmond Ridder got to play last year. How about you see what he really has? You've only played 5-6 games.
They're already out on him.
Right. It's like, why? But you'll rather give, and this other part.
They're way out on him.
They're gone.
They're way out on him.
Cut. Then you give Kirk Cousins a boatload.
But you got my
money,
boy Penix, though.
Which lets me know the recycle situation. Why are they continuing to recycle these same guys? Nathan Peterman. Remember Nathan Peterman was getting jobs?
Yeah.
Why?
I think some of it is coaches. Wasn't that a guy that
was a Gruden guy?
got? Yeah.
Gruden,
sometimes coaches have in their mind, oh, that guy, he's got something no one else sees.
Yeah.
And then, he bounces around. Then they finally bring him in. It's like, all right. And they're like, oh, I was wrong. He's not good. Huh. Oh, well.
Oh, man.
Let's see here. Someone coming after me on the 831.
What'd they say?
From the 831. Come on, Whitey. Do you not have confidence that the Kings would be able to be the better team if they traded away a first-round pick to Memphis for Smart? This is a so-so draft. That is a move to make, brother.
There it is, Marcus.
I want to help Memphis.
What are you talking about? You're helping yourself. So basically,
plus,
you don't want to do
Smart,
any trades.
He's not the player he was.
You don't want to do any trades with the Western Conference team. No Western Conference trades.
I didn't say that. I said I don't want to help Memphis, and Marcus Smart is not the player he was even 2-3 years ago.
Why wouldn't you want to help Memphis? Like, I'm not saying help Memphis. Why is that a issue, though? Any team you trade with, you may help them. Lakers, Pelicans, so you're cutting off the entire Western Conference.
Yes, I don't want to help them. Also, Marcus Smart is not Marcus Smart anymore. That's the bigger issue.
He is. Give me Marcus Smart.
That's your guy. I know
that's my
your
guy. I go to war with Marcus Smart. He's exactly the guy we need in terms of a dog. Please, that guy would have that locker room in tip-top shape.
Up next, it finally happened.
Yeah.
DeMarcus Cousins,
Ooh.
Finals MVP. Next on Sactown Sports.
Get ready to fuel your spirit of adventure with Kia Vacaville Summer Sticker Sales Event. It's time to crank up the excitement. Calling all thrill seekers. Are you ready for an adrenaline-packed journey? Introducing the Kia Telluride, the ultimate companion for your next adventure. Picture this: blazing trails through uncharted territories, conquering the wild with the power and precision of the Kia Telluride. With Kia Vacaville, you can join the expedition and experience the thrill of off-road exploration like never before. With its rugged design and cutting-edge features, the Kia Telluride is your passport to unforgettable adventures. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. Head to Kia Vacaville today and gear up for the adventure of a lifetime during their summer sticker sales event. Your adventure starts now. Kia Vacaville, where every journey is an adventure. Visit Kia Vacaville today. Model availability, lease options, and features may vary. Please visit Kia Vacaville for more details.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity Mobile. Connect to the most reliable 5G network nationwide. Well, one of the quirky things about the A's record so far is the way the A's have played a third of the way into the season against the National League. Yes, they haven't played the Phillies or the Dodgers or the Giants, but still, the A's are 10-5 against the senior circuit, minus 16 against the American League. And speaking of the Dodgers, they come to the Coliseum the first weekend in August.
Want more speed? Well, Xfinity just increased their internet speeds, and they're faster than ever. It's time to get more out of your internet with faster speeds from Xfinity. Now through June 21st, get 150 megabit Xfinity internet for only $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. That's double the speed for the same great price. Click, call, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment, taxes, and other charges extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Actual speeds vary.
Ad paid for by the Sentinel Group. Attention Marines, military personnel, families, and contractors who were stationed at Camp Lejeune. Were you present at Camp Lejeune between August 1953 and December of 1987? You may be entitled to significant compensation. For nearly 34 years, those in the Marine Corps' base Camp Lejeune were exposed to contaminated drinking water, resulting in devastating injuries, including several forms of cancer, adverse birth outcomes, Parkinson's disease, and more. North Carolina's procedural laws have prevented victims from getting the justice they deserve, but passage of the Camp Lejeune Justice Act of 2022 would allow you or a loved one to file lawsuits seeking compensation for illnesses and injuries linked to the toxic water. Call today for your free consultation. 800-439-4252. Let our experienced attorneys fight to get you the compensation you deserve, and you pay nothing unless there's a recovery in your favor. Call 800-439-4252. That's 800-439-4252. Again, 800-439-4252.
My good friends, Dr. Jack Friedlander and Dr. Pash in Roseville and in San Francisco are offering not only confidence, not only security, but also the ability, if you ain't insecure, to go from the roster to the all-star team. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about UpsizeMatters.com. Time after time, vote after vote, circumference, or as we call it, girth, is consistently ranked as the most important attribute. Now, Dr. Jack and Dr. Pash can give you a free consultation. The procedure can be done on the same day as your consultation with immediate results. It's non-surgical. It's virtually pain-free, safe, effective, long-lasting, semi-permanent, and doctor-performed. For more information, go to UpsizeMatters.com. Go to UpsizeMatters.com. Make that change. Make the all-star team. Get your girth on.
Your flagship station for the Beam Team, Sactown Sports.
It's just the way the Kings drew it up years ago, kind of. DeMarcus Cousins has been playing in the T1 League overseas.
Yeah.
He's been playing for a team called the Taiwan Beer Leopards, which I'm guessing means Taiwan Beer is like the company and then they're the Leopards.
Leopards, yeah.
I don't think there's such a thing as a beer leopard.
Yep.
Saturday, they completed a 4-0 sweep in the T1 finals over the Taipei Taishin Mars. And DeMarcus Cousins, 25.3 points, 14.8 rebounds. Rebounds in the finals. In the clinching game, he had 24 points, 24 rebounds. DeMarcus Cousins, the MVP of the Taiwan T1 League finals.
Yeah.
Championship, won the finals MVP.
Big Cuz still out there hooping, still out there balling.
Saw somebody tweeted this today, and one of the responses was, Kings need to get him.
Somebody really said that?
Yeah, I saw that somewhere.
You know what? Cousins, from a basketball standpoint in his prime, would be perfect for this team. But at 33. And all the injuries, defensively, I just don't see it. You know, maybe a backup big, your backup center, but you talk about, you know, impact in the locker room. How would that go over? You know?
Yeah.
Especially because, you know, Big Cuz used to be top dog here in Sacramento. Now would he really be okay with coming back being a DNP CD most nights and everything? I don't know.
Yeah, it's really shame how limited he is in terms of his mobility after those two really bad injuries. In some ways, I think he had injuries comparable to Clay's. Not as bad, but, you know, back to back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting, and I just thought about this as we're talking about big DeMarcus Cousins. You know, he played at Kentucky. He came my last year in Louisville. He came there. Played him and John Wall. And to think both are out of the league right now at 33.
They used to talk about we're going to play together someday. Maybe here, maybe DC.
Those were Calipari's first big recruits in Kentucky. And I was a big fan of both of those guys, especially John Wall. And these guys are out of the league now. Injuries just robbed them of, their star power. It's tough.
339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Are you ready for Check It?
Oh, our boy.
TC!
Yes, sir.
What's up, TC? How are you?
Yes, sir. Check it, man. Drake's Whitey, Jay in the back. What's going on?
What's up with you, baby?
You tell us what's going on.
Oh, man, just vibing. Hey, listen, man, that guy you had on, man, the beat writer for Chicago, man. So now, listen, Drake, what he was saying, man, I'm kind of 50-50 now. I don't want to jump back and forth, but I didn't like what he was saying. But on the same end, right, Whitey, you can't truly believe what he was saying because he is a Bulls guy at the end of the day. So he's going to really try to downplay it to where it's like, oh, we don't want you guys to trade for him because we want to keep him here. But what he was saying was kind of alarming. The whole team player and all that, and we don't know if he's going to do all that. But the only thing about that situation is, I know if he comes here, Mike Brown is going to have him in line, bro. He's going to buy him with the team. So I'm not really worried about that. It's just a gamble. I'm trying to take it like, do you want to come in and be a me guy? But at the end of the day, it might sound crazy, but that's what we need on the team. We got Fox and Domas that's super passive. We need a me. We not really so much a me guy, but a guy that's going to go get you a bucket. That's why I'm so big on Zach LaVine and Kyle Kuzma. Those dudes are going to get a bucket whether Domas and Fox try to drop 30. Kuzma and Zach is going to try to get their 30 at the same time. You need a live wire like that, bro. That's what Malik is like. That's why everybody like Malik. But Malik don't care if Fox and Domas get their 30. He don't come in and get 30, bro. But then everybody want to turn their nose up on Kuzma and turn their nose up on Zach LaVine. But at the same time say we need a bucket getter, bro. Those are guys that's another bucket getter, Kings fan.
Hey,
That's
TC,
got, bro.
let me ask you one question, may I?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. If it was of those two, let's say prices are the same, whatever, you could have Zach LaVine or Kyle Kuzma. Which one are you? You can only take one. Which way are you going?
I'm gonna go with Kuzma, right?
Yeah.
Based on because I'm gonna go. Listen. Hold on, Whitey.
Yeah.
Wait, don't get mad at me, big dog.
I ain't say nothing, bro. I ain't say nothing, TC. I ain't say nothing yet. I'm quiet over here.
I know. Show me out. The reason why is because his contract, bro, and that contract is perfect. It's declining, but also Kuzma got that wingspan, bro. What is Zach? Ain't Zach like 6'5"? What's Kuzma 6'9", bro, with a 7-some wingspan? You can tweak him and Keegan at the 3 and 4 spot perfectly, bro. We wouldn't really have to switch up nothing. And if Monk came back, that would be even better. Or you can throw Keon at the 2 and just switch the 3 and 4. I think with Zach is really only like a 2 guard. What is he, like 6'4"? So we really can't really play with him at the small forward position. But if it was up to between those two, I'm taking Kuz, but I wouldn't be mad if we got Zach LaVine. Go ahead, Drake. I know you got to take. I hope I answered you, bro.
Yes, you did. Thank you. Thank you. Check it.
TC, I love you, man.
Mike check.
This is my guy, man. I love TC because he knows me all too well. And I know Whitey's about to
toe with you, too.
No, he has.
Yeah.
And he lost that round. But here's the and I know Whitey was about to hype him up and be like, yeah, Kyle Kuzma is the guy, not Zach LaVine.
I didn't say anything.
Who the heck is TC? That's one man's opinion. No offense, TC.
He happens to be the person whose opinion I asked for.
No, he's the same as Zach Joe Schmo
you're on
from
thin
Twitter.
ice.
No, come on.
You're treading on
TC is allowed to have his opinion.
Yeah.
Now, if TC was general manager, then we'd be in trouble. This is the same guy that wanted Kyle Shanahan gone too. Are we going to listen to him on that? I'll let TC cook. I'll let him have his say. But, man, Kyle Kuzma, I just don't think he has the motivation to be great anymore.
That's interesting.
And I feel like Zach LaVine is a guy that's toiled in a bad organization, in a bad situation. Coming here to Sacramento would be a revelation for this guy. Kuzma already got his hardware. His career is complete from a winning standpoint. He's looking to get buckets now. Zach LaVine's looking to come here and be part of something bigger, I think.
Kyle Kuzma, after playing a year with Jordan Poole, is probably like, I'll call DeMarcus and play for the Beer Leopards. Anything to get me out of here.
Kick the tires on Jordan Poole?
No.
Okay.
No.
Jay said sign him up.
That's a bad idea, guys.
Why?
Because he's not very good.
He's a champion. He's got championship pedigree.
He does.
20 points per game scorer.
Ball handler.
Oh, man. And then you're going to get Josh Giddey, too. And okay.
Well, you tell me. What's the deal? Because here's my opinion on Jordan Poole, really quick. I actually think Jordan Poole is a talent. I think he's a bucket getter. I think he's a scorer. I think the situation in Golden State messed him up. He became a punchline. He became a joke. His career is languishing in Washington. Why was he successful on that championship team back in 2022?
He was successful because he had some good games, and then I don't know if success went to his head. He played some really, you'd have to see him, and I saw him every game. He would fall down, turn the ball over. There's
even in Golden State. I know the narrative down in Washington. I've seen the Washington highlights.
You can almost say that doesn't count because that was a bad fit. Look, no one should ever hit somebody like that. But it wasn't like there's reasons why he got punched, and that they were not good reasons, and I'm not justifying it. But he was an unusual guy there.
Really?
And yeah, I'm not saying he was a bad guy, but he was an unusual guy.
You think the Warriors sort of harnessed him enough, kept him on track enough?
Mike Brown.
Ooh.
Come on now.
Mike Brown.
I would bet you money. I've no
structure, Whitey. Structure.
Come
here
and
and get structure.
You want Jordan Poole? He would laugh in your face. I don't know that for a fact.
Really?
But I would bet a lot of money.
The dude averaged 18.5 points during the championship year. That's dude, he shot from 3-point range, 36%. He's a bucket getter.
He's a really poor defender. I mean, really poor
Join the rest of these cats, man. There's some people that's poor defensive.
He was a shaky shooter. You look at some of his 3-point numbers with the Warriors, and he brought him up, he brought him down. He goes through periods where he can't buy a basket, and he keeps falling down.
Dude, his last year, he averaged 20.4 points there.
On Washington?
No, in Golden State.
Mm-hmm.
82 games he played, 20.4 points. Last year in Washington, he played 78 games, 17.4 points.
How did he shoot the ball in Golden State?
His final year there, 33.6 from three.
Yeah, and he takes a lot of threes.
7.8 threes.
A lot of threes.
Year before that, 36.4, 35.1. He won. It sounds like he thought he was an honorary member of the Splash Brothers. He thought he was Steph and Clay.
Yeah.
And could just jack it up.
Yeah. I wish him the best. He's an unusual guy, and that's fine.
Yeah. He got paid, though. Good for him. He got paid.
Yeah, but no, thank you.
Oh, how about Campio? Poole is so bad, Murray would punch him at practice. Like that. He said Keegan would be pissed off. Can't joke about that, Whitey. Let's not joke about that.
Didn't hear it. Didn't see a thing. Are you ready for Whitey's Wayback Machine?
Oh, you got that for us.
Yes. You against Jay.
Let's do it.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
You say you're ready, but are you ready?
I think I won yesterday, so yes, I'm ready.
How about you, Jay?
Of course, it was rigged yesterday.
One of the worst ballpark promotions of all time remembered in Whitey's Wayback Machine quiz, next on Sactown Sports.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for my good friends at American Energy. Now, I've told you this before, but this is what we call extending a good deal. Right now, American Energy Heat and Air is offering an HVAC diagnostic for $99. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Never mind. They're offering it free. It's a $99 value, but you get it for $0. Let the American Energy team test your system connections and all the moving parts of that system to ensure that it's functioning properly. Now, this is a limited time offer. Call today to schedule your appointment at 916-520-9990. Speak to the company that has an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau that's been making the greater Sacramento area proud since 1981. 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Whitey here reminding you to bring out all the delicious flavors in your grilled meals with the amazing Napoleon Prestige and Prestige Pro line of outdoor cookers. Who here is king of the grill? King of your grill. King of your grill. Are you king of your grill? Yeah? Yeah? Our new Napoleon Prestige cooker is so great. Now, Shinya is saying, I could probably cook something on there. But I'm the king of the grill.
King of the grill.
I'll let you know how that works out here. I don't blame her, though. Napoleon Stainless Steel Pro Series gas grill turned me into a grilling pro, built different, built better, built to last, quality and a lifetime warranty. Now available at your nearby Amy's, Ace Hardware in Sacramento, and now El Dorado, king of the grill.
I remember as if it were yesterday. I reached down to move a nightstand and was astonished at the weight of the piece. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. At that moment, I instantly recognized the difference between Naturewood's quality furniture that will last a lifetime versus lesser quality furniture found elsewhere. Now, I suppose there's a huge difference in what you'd put in your first apartment and what you would live with in the comfort of your own home. Right now, Naturewood Home Furnishings Made in USA sale is a great time to fill your home with solid, superior quality furniture to reflect your own love for life. With brands like Sam Moore, Stanton, Stickley, Hilltop Hickory, Simply Amish, and many more, Naturewood Home Furnishings has tables, chairs, couches, and, yes, nightstands, and more at their Made in USA sale. Find furniture that will be with you forever. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopier.com.
We see a lot of news about teens vaping, but teens see something else. Videos on social media that glamorize it and downplay the dangers of nicotine. How can parents talk so kids will listen? Use facts. 1. Nicotine can rewire teens' brains. 2. It can make teens more anxious. 3. Changes to the brain can be permanent. So even when it hides behind a new look, nicotine is brain poison. Go to undo.org for more.
Do you have unfiled tax returns or being threatened by the IRS that your wages are about to be garnished or bank accounts are going to be levied? You need an ally. Allies Tax Relief has professionals ready to fight for you. Their enrolled agents, tax attorneys, and CPAs have saved millions of dollars for taxpayers just like you. They won't just resolve your tax problems. They'll most importantly protect your wages, bank accounts, and all your assets from being taken by the IRS. Call for a free consultation. 800-230-5174. 800-230-5174 or go to alliestaxrelief.com.
Capital Casino has been serving the greater Sacramento area in the same convenient downtown location for over 20 years, with plenty of close-by, well-lit parking monitored by security staff and offering the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Best food, best service, and the best action. That's Capital Casino. For more information on tournaments and gaming, check out their website at capital-casino.com. And please remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Now here's what I want you all to do for me.
The Drive Guys, live and local, every afternoon, Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
Strap in. It's time to take a trip back through the mist of time. Whitey's Wayback Machine quiz. Yesterday, Mr. Kyle Draper was victorious.
Yeah.
It was a narrow win, but it was a win nonetheless.
Yeah, let's tell the truth, though.
What you got, Jay? What's the truth?
Rigged, staged.
Rigged? Come on, man.
I thought the setup was in the same form of Shohei Ohtani's former translator. There were some things that were under, need to be brought to the surface.
We have 6 questions here. One for the years on this quiz.
6 questions.
This day, everything happened this date. So Kyle Draper, you want to choose a year or do you want to pass?
I'm going to pass this time.
All right, Jay.
Let Jay go first.
Here are your years. We have 1974, 1976, 1995, 2000, 2009, and 2018. And I realize it's hard to remember that. Anytime you need to know, I'll remind you of the years. 74, 76, 95, 2000, 09, and 2018.
How about 95?
You got it.
Ron Gant.
Yeah. That's not correct. If you ever did that, I'd give you 50 bonus points. Which team advanced to the NBA Finals on this date in 1995 in the franchise's 6th year of existence?
That'd be the Florida Marlins.
This is the NBA.
Finals. Oh, okay, my bad. I think we're going baseball.
On this date.
Oh, that's Orlando Magic.
That's easy, man.
You got it.
That's an easy one.
It's like, how easy was that? That's the Marlins.
He said the Marlins.
I've been just about right on both sides. The Braves played the Indians 9-4, 9-5.
But on this date, he wouldn't go to the World Series.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
See, this is why it's rigged, because I have to do 3 things while I listen to the
We
question.
take that into account.
That's
why we allow you the point. Kyle Draper, 74, 76.
2000, big fella.
2000. Lakers come from how many points behind to beat Portland in Game 7 of the West Finals? Final was 89-84.
Oh, that's
we just talked about this yesterday.
That's a tough one there.
Lakers come from
that's a tough question.
No, I got this one.
No, you don't, Jay. You ain't got this.
I got this one.
I'm going to say 16.
16 is not correct.
That's wrong.
Jay?
Now, this is the question. Is it the max that they were down or going into the fourth quarter?
It's in the fourth quarter. How many?
They were down
from?
15.
That is correct.
Yep.
Oh,
come on, baby.
Jay. You back there typing it up
No.
back there.
I know that. Let me tell you, the hate for my Lakers is huge, Drapes here.
Okay.
And that was Scottie Pippen choking. That was, the Blazers had it. They choked it away.
We talked about it yesterday.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Jay with a 2-0 lead, and it's his year. Jay, 74, 76, 09, 2018.
I'm going to go 09.
2009. I think he's picking some pretty easy.
74, 75. I'll let the guy from Temple do that.
Yeah, rigged.
This SF Giant on this date, 2009.
Oh, man.
Became the 24th pitcher to win 300 games for his career.
Madison. Oh, no. 09?
Nah, not mad.
09.
Oh, that's tough.
I mean, it had to be somebody that wasn't in the Giants uniform prior.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Goodness gracious. 09?
09.
Okay, let me think about it real quick. That'd be no Hudson, Zito, none of them
You said
guys.
300?
Yeah.
300 wins?
Yeah.
What am I missing?
I know. I'm drawing the blank too here.
It's hard to miss.
Is it?
He is.
All right.
That just tells you I can't stand the Giants. Can't even think
know.
All right. 3 seconds.
All right.
2.
I'm going to go Roy Halladay.
Okay. Not correct.
Yeah.
Drapes, you want to steal?
I have no idea.
The last
dude.
person who
I have
won
no
300
idea. I'm
games.
drawing the blank. You're
It's
going
hard
to say it. And
It's hard to miss because he's 6'11". You guys were just hanging
Randy
out with him.
Johnson.
Randy Johnson?
did?
I forgot he pitched for the Giants.
So did I. Oh,
Yeah.
my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, that stinks.
It's all right.
People screaming at us.
Your year, Drapes, you're down 2-0.
What's with the years, I guess?
Yeah. 74, 76, and 2018.
Oh, 2018. I got
2018, Aaron Judge in a doubleheader against the Tigers set a new record by striking out how many times?
In
This
a
day, 2018 in a doubleheader. Set a new record by striking out how many times?
8.
Nope.
That's correct.
I thought it was 9.
Yeah. Your boy
That's
is on
big
top
time.
of it. That's big time.
That's
now the
big.
pressure is on Jay.
Jay, you got a 2-1 lead. You get one of these and you've clinched it.
I'm going 75.
70. Well, 74,
That's not even
76.
a year, Jay. Come
Oh,
on.
74, 76. I'm going 76.
76.
Yeah, I got
For the win.
this.
But
Ooh,
if you
for the
miss, Drapes could tie. Boston beat Phoenix 128-126. Game 5 of the NBA Finals. A game that lasted how many overtimes?
So easy.
3.
Oh,
It's 3, right? Yeah.
Come on.
He's got it.
You gave him the easy one.
No.
So easy.
I was like, it was 3 years.
So easy. Yeah. Come on.
One of the most famous games in NBA history.
My boy Gar Hurd.
Yeah.
Back in there. Oh.
The questions are already laid out ahead of time. It's just it goes by whichever year you pick. I'll give you this one just to close
74?
out. 74. Cleveland forfeited a game to the Rangers because of fan behavior issues on a night in which beers cost how much? You know?
Quarter.
10-cent beer night.
10-cent beer night.
And the fans went nuts.
I'm sure.
And the game had to be forfeit, and the Rangers got
the fans were too wild?
They were running around, streaking, smoking dope. They, charged the dugout. So
I don't believe Jay won that. He got the easiest ones ever, man.
I will say, Jay deserved the win today, played well, but you coming up with 8 strikeouts for him.
Yeah.
Doubleheader.
That was
I thought it was
classic.
9. I thought he had 5 in one and 4 in another.
I don't believe that. I can't wait to redeem myself
I
tomorrow.
can remember Randy Johnson.
Yeah,
pitched
right?
for the Giants.
That stunned me. I did not know that.
I was literally going, I was Lincecum, Bumgardner. I'm thinking Sean Estes, Kurt Reeder. I'm just running through all the guys that I can remember for the Giants. And I'm like,
his final season.
Yes.
Trying to think how many other 300-game winners even pitched for the Giants. Did you know that Steve Carlton pitched for the Giants?
Lefty Steve Carlton?
Yeah,
Okay,
for 1
okay.
year, 2 starts or something like that.
All right.
And do you guys remember, speaking of 10-cent beer night, remember $1 beer night at Arco?
Days? Oh, no.
Yeah.
$1 beer at Arco?
Yeah.
Oh,
it was
that was
during
whack. Crazy.
Tyreek Evans period, and it was a nationally televised game on TNT. I think they beat Washington.
Didn't
$1 beer night.
They didn't. They stopped it because everybody was out of
the concourse,
the stands or something. Yeah, exactly. I remember.
Oh, is that what it was?
They got a huge crowd too. Everybody went for $1 beer
That's
night.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Another good show. Tomorrow we get to preview the NBA Finals, big fella.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Getting there, right?
Uh-huh. And tomorrow you'll have your chance to take the week's lead in the way back quiz.
Dude, I'm looking at some of these. I'm sorry. You were looking at the text line too, right? You see, you're the guy who's saying the BK Haven't Your Way jingle. What are you talking? What the heck is going on here, man?
Is that text of the day, Jay? Drapes, I swear you're the guy who's saying the BK
Haven't Your Way jingle. I can't sing worth a lick. Bro.
We're working on it. Remember, we got some help from Pierre yesterday.
Oh yeah, Pierre McGee.
Yeah,
you know, I do got a mean karaoke game though.
Yeah,
your boy does it.
Not bad. Jay, you got any thoughts here on the A's and the Mariners tonight?
Yeah, stay here. Stay tuned. Coming up in about 20 seconds right here on Sac Sports 1140.
Thanks for being with us. Can't wait to be with you again tomorrow. Stick around. As Jay promised, the A's and Mariners are next right here on Sactown Sports.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive.